All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Revival. We've got the playoffs starting off right now, and I'm going to be casting here today. And because I didn't want it to be a solo cast, I got my friendly old teammate Selberg joining me over here. Say hello.
Hello, hello. It's
All right,
really good to be here.
We're basically just going to be smack talking BJAYS and ZXC while we watch them play. So just as a reminder, we're on 5 stars. We are going to play on the 2nd of December as well, but we're not going to play against the winner of these guys. These guys are going to play against Firebird. So today is going to be the first best of 3. We start in the upper bracket. It is double elimination. So, of course, we don't immediately get any eliminations. Whoever loses still has a second chance, but you don't want to go lower bracket right away, I don't think. And so winning this game, setting yourself up against Firebird would be a good start. We'll see how the maps, how the operator bans pan out, and we're going to start on Clubhouse. All right, caster training 101. Selberg, when one player stops, or one caster stops talking, the other guy can take over and can say shit.
Yeah, I really hope it's a good matchup this match. A lot of action.
Well, I'm thinking I might just be biased toward ZXC because, you know, Russia, and you can go root for North Star. We'll just have like a biased cast.
I bet my 0 challenge points on them, so
yeah,
it'll be good.
So just you know, if we just have one biased caster for both teams, then it's perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I would like to see the stream. I cannot see it right now. Having a bit of a production issue. I would like to see the bans as well.
Yeah.
So sorry if we haven't been keeping track of that. But I can see the bans now, and so we've got Hibana, Ram, Kaid, and Solus. All right. Solus, Ram, you know, new operators always to be expected. Hibana, also a ban that you could expect to see on Clubhouse, very popular ban, something that you want to get rid of, especially if you want to play basement. And as you can see, ZXC, they decide to start in the basement simply because of that. Also, the Kaid getting taken out as a response to that. If you get rid of the Hibana and you leave the Kaid open, it becomes impossible to open up certain hatches. I mean, Thatcher's still in play, so technically you could manage it, but it just becomes a pain. And so BJAYS decide to take that out as a counter. And so we just start off with, I think, a fairly strong ban phase for the basement, and ZXC starting on the more comfortable side.
Yeah, I think we see a little bit of extension here to Strip Club as well. If I'm not mistaken, we saw those 2 reinforcements going up on the Strip Club double wall.
Well, there's 2 reinforcements out on stock side as well. They're playing heavily inside of first floor, so Shiny's just gonna play around Strip Club to hold long angles all the way through into like billiard into bar. This is an interesting setup to hold the first floor. So it isn't quite an SSG roam in the old style as you would see with like full top floor control. But you can see North Star going for pretty much a top floor clear anyway. You've got 2 players up top. You've got of course Yuha going in
really
on first floor
as well.
Yeah. Just opens up that castle barricade, gets some early control. Nordis has to be careful, otherwise might get caught out, because of course we do already have Yana in the building. But opening pick does go in favor of Nordis, so Nordis able to find the first pick onto, I don't know, is that Yula? You know that player, Selvar, because I don't.
He took out the Yana coming in from Wolf Door and made his way back down to Long to the bottom floor to keep on holding on to the site, you know? With his teammates.
Right, Zombie just trying to find an angle to connect onto Venom. Venom not going to allow that to happen, instead going to trick the hatch, so at least for now kitchen hatch stays closed. In the meantime, Moto hatch has been open, and Rexy's very slowly pushing himself down the staircase, and here comes the swing from the Valk, and there we go. A very good pick from Kaziposha. Shiny gets another pick as well, and so suddenly BJAYS is in a 2v5. They've only got 2 players left standing, and Kato goes down as well. A double kill for Shiny, and the opening round in ZXC might just be a flawless, as we can just see a deagle quick peek, and it almost connects. Sampi's 1 HP is able to find one. He denies the flawless round, but with a minute left and 1 HP, 0 hard breach utility left, I don't see a way for him to get back into this. He might be able to go down the main staircase, but at some point ZXC is just going to trade him out. Yep, and here comes the aggressive swing, and there we go. Shiny takes him down. Very solid start for ZXC here on Clubhouse.
I think it came down to the first pick, like Nordis getting that kill on the Yana coming through bar. I think it was really a good pick to start things out, and then they just keep on rolling with the kills. So we're gonna see gym bedroom now from the side of ZXC.
Yeah, I think nowadays for Clubhouse, gym has pretty much become second default. People don't really like going to CC anymore just because of that main wall that leads directly into side. It's so hard to keep that closed at all. So gym just becoming more of a favorite because you can entrench yourself a little more and you can extend better onto the other side. So it just kind of becomes it becomes the same defense as CC but with extra steps. So once the attackers have taken cash, you can fall back and then still play the site. And this is just really how you want to set up your sites in the current meta. You always got to have fallback options. You got to start out aggressive and then you got to start falling back, waste their utility, waste their time, get rid of their drones so they don't have any info for late round. So ZXC just, doing very default stuff in club. Something that you would usually expect. I do like the Thorn coming out. That's usually just brought because, I mean, the Thorn traps aren't that useful, but the gun is really nice on the 1.5x, so just playing for a lot of gunplay, and you can see it. Of course, Shiny, top fragging, is allowed to pick the Thorn. Like, you got the most kills, you're now allowed to play the good operator.
Yeah.
That is how we handle the comp games. Just whoever's feeling it gets the best gun.
And we see a bit of a unique, like...
And I cursed him. I cursed him.
And they cursed him. I was gonna say that we saw a bit of a unique mirror setup. Like one in the bathroom, it's not that unique, but one on the cache, like the gold vault wall. Usually you put it on the Logi wall, but then you have to watch out for the Logi hatch as well. And that wall getting open, as you saw from the thermite.
Yeah, there we go. So, as you rightly said, usually you would put it on construction, but because you let that wall get open, there's not really any use to that mirror window as soon as that outside construction wall is open, that single wall. So just instead deciding to put it onto vault, here in gold vault, just allows for a much better control of the site without actually having to play inside of master and like behind the mattress, for instance, because you can get naded there. And so Kazi Porsche still has control over cache, just gonna try and impact trick, does do that successfully, and now just gonna continue entrenching himself with additional Kiba barriers, and Blue Jays at the moment going very slow and struggling to clear that player out of cache, not getting the control that they need, with half the round already gone. Still got Kazi in there, and gonna try and take some fights. Isn't able to connect onto anything, and there we go, finally gets taken down, but not without a big flank coming through from somebody. And some big kills coming through from ZXC as well, and suddenly it's a 2v2. Somebody spots another player as well, but Rexy drops himself off the roof to stay safe. And so with a minute left, we are now in a 2v2, doable for either team. The question is just, how good is the information game?
It was a really good flank from Subbundy and Nordis there to pick up those I guess it was 3 kills? Or was it 2?
Yeah, I mean, they equalized, so it must have been 3.
Yeah. So we see them pushing up to the Jacuzzi balk here, and we have one player playing behind the mirror window in bathroom.
Okay, at the moment, Nordis just still has access to that mirror window. Gonna be able to play defensively. It's gonna be quite difficult for Zampi to push himself in from that side, but Rexy does have control of top main, so this is the avenue that Blue Jays has to work with. And Rexy might be able to push himself in and get rid of that mirror window, but no, he's just gonna try and sneak past it. It depends on the timing here if somebody catches him. He doesn't, but there is a goo mine. And so now ZXC both playing inside of gym. This might just work out for them. Another goo mine, catching Sampi as well. Now both players stacked up inside of gym. They're able to find somebody with a triple, but one kill back from Sampi, and he's on 1v1. But I don't think he has access to the diffuser. He has to run away. He has 3 seconds. He drops the hatch. He tries to go for the fight onto Nordis, but Nordis stayed upstairs, which he didn't know. And ZXC win the second round as well. Off of just... I think a bit of miscoordination, a bit of miscommunication from Blue Jays. North Star right here, they could have worked together to find both these players inside a gym, but they had no information, and they just did not go for the trade. Sampi just wasn't in position to find both of these players and let one of them slip away, and that cost them the round.
Yeah, I think they dropped the diffuser on the cache side. So he needed to run back. I don't know how they didn't pick it up for the rotate, but mistakes were made and costed them the round.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many
Yeah,
bombs
probably
as they
just
can.
not listening to any of the comms. If anybody called pick up diffuser, just nobody listening. Or maybe nobody called it. We don't know what the communication is like, but there does seem to be an issue because otherwise I feel like they would have recovered the diffuser and maybe gone for a different play. Because that 2v2 was just a slight misplay, and ZXC just decided, you know what, we'll stack up, we'll hold 2 different angles, and that works out for them. Of course, on the defense, you have the benefit of just, you know, you can stay passive, you gotta wait for them to push into you, you don't really have to do anything. And ZXC just choosing good positions for that endgame fight, and of course the flank as well, huge to equalize man count, because previously they were down a player as Shiny was caught out early because I did curse him.
Yeah.
And so now ZXC looking to complete a full rotation, and like I said, CC has fallen out of favor, so now instead we're going to first floor, we're going into bar, just ignoring CC completely, just refusing to go there.
Yeah.
And instead we're gonna see I think still somewhat considered to be the newest site on Club, ever since the map buff.
Yeah. A lot of teams don't play bar actually, what I've seen from my experience, but it would be fun to see what they can do.
Alright, a bit early control coming out from North Star, hoping that they can maybe get some top floor control a bit earlier on, just, you know, gotta do that hard breach quickly. Shouldn't be wasting too much time on it, especially with only a mute in play. But you can see Sampi does have some issue with that mute jammer. So despite only a mute being brought, no electrification, no bandit on the board, nothing to try and impact trick or deny any of this. North Star is still taking a lot of time to clear this out. I can see Kato droning strip as well, gonna try and take strip control. This might be a strip side take from North Star, honestly. They might just open up billiard and try to get control from there. That's difficult in the execute to find a safe plan spot, and oh, Shiny actually is able to find the opening pick. Gets that Iana down through the bottom of the castle barricade, because just Dula pushing himself into a spot that not really advisable, a bit too aggressive.
Yeah. We see Rexy here on highway balk, peeking the master windows and the gym window, opening up a bit to see if he can catch someone off guard.
Oh wait, I know this strat, by the way. I see the maestro on main stairs. I just noticed this is the old rogue strat from the Berlin Major. This is old. Yeah, somebody's playing Kanto's position as well. Okay, I know which strat ZXC is running. That's funny. I recognize that because that was the final round of the Berlin Major, if you remember.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And it was Leon up here, and he got naded, but instead Venom's actually going to find a pick onto Kato. And now Rexy is finally able to find the trade onto somebody. Sampi also able to find a kill onto Venom. And suddenly we've equalized. And so with a minute still to go, suddenly North Star, they've managed to equalize. They've got a foothold on top floor now. They can maybe play a bit of vert, but they do still have to deal with Nordis. Nordis just up above.
Nice.
There we go. Just a fadeaway shot through the walls, able to connect onto one almost a second. Now runs away and is going to be able to stay alive. And this is going to hamper the attack of North Star. They really only got Pavlov, who can maybe try to go for a plant if they can clear that side player. And Sampi's just up above, but no, he gets deleted. Kasiposha with a beautiful C4 onto top main. And so there's no time left. Pavlov will have to try and go for a clutch. Does connect onto the first, doesn't get the second. And ZXC, they complete a perfect rotation.
Really well played from ZXC, if I say myself. Getting those picks that are important for the rounds, etc. But also good refrags from North Star, because I need to be some bias towards them. So we have a bit of a rivalry here.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna give constructive critique to North Star, I think right now the problem is Sampi hasn't been lurking. Where's the Sampi lurk? Give me the Sampi lurk.
Defenders, protect your bombs.
It's his signature move, so we might see it. Doesn't look like it for now, because he is on
so
the
far
buck, you know?
he's just been playing the buck, trying to play for utility and vert control, but it hasn't been working for North Star because they're just so slow. Like, they're not able to get the control that they need, and this isn't supposed to sound insulting. It's just that they struggle to get the control in time because ZXC is putting roadblocks in their way, and North Star isn't optimally droning and taking control behind those drones. It's just the information game for North Star isn't, it's there, but it's not fast enough to take the control necessary for them to do everything that they want to do going into an execute. I don't think we've seen a real execute from North Star put together in, like, any reasonable fashion, except for maybe the 2v2, but that round was very scrappy, and so just I want to see an execute. I want to see North Star just take control without making mistakes without losing players to ZXC so early, and then actually able to at least set up and execute, even if it fails. But at least like put it together, have a plan, and just execute on it together. Oh, Sampy.
Sampy taking a lot of damage there towards dirt. I bet it was. Let's see here. Was it North? DMR.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Bloodthirsty. Oh, Pavlov is the first one to die. Shiny just holding down the fort inside a strip.
The bomb diffuser.
He really likes that metal rod. He's going to defend it with his life.
Yeah, we see the same setup from ZXC here as the first round, I believe. With the castle plane inside of strip, holding down the fort, and Nord is on the Aruni playing on the main stairs.
I mean, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, true. So we see a blue push here from North Star.
Oh, this might be a blue execute in mid round here.
Yeah,
you can see the Ying getting in. They were trying to sneak up to that, and Venom is still worried about Sampy inside of dirt, so they must have some kind of information. Of course, double reinforcement, that is going to give blue control over to the side of North Star. The question is, what do they do with it? Do they execute? They're going to try and execute onto somebody here. They might be able to get some moto control in as well, as Kato's now starting to use some of these Ying Candelas. Two of them coming out, another one coming out. They know that there's a player around Moto, and there we go. Somebody with the shotgun, able to find one, able to find two, almost connects onto Sampy as well, but no, instead gets taken down. And now Rexy's able to find a pick as well, and once again, due to the gun power on the side of North Star, we've managed to trade back into a 2v2. Sampy's able to find another, but no! A C4 comes out, Kaziposha. Now only Shiny left in a 1v1 against Sampy, but Sampy's too low HP. He has a minute left to play with, but... Oh, never mind, he was able to clear that gate. He probably had a Gone 6 or something to clear that gate with, and now he's inside of the site, and Shiny will have to play passively around this. Diffuse has just been recovered by Sampy. Now Sampy might have a chance to start sticking this down, but of course Shiny not gonna let him do that, just willy-nilly. So Sampy just inside a default, underneath kitchen hatch, just waiting to see if he can maybe bait out Shiny to overstep. And now plans starting to come out. Sampy might be able to stick this. Now Shiny has to push up. They're both low HP. One bullet might do it, and Shiny's the one that does it. And ZXC, they continue on their flawless. But this one was the shakiest round we've seen so far. That Blue Jays, just manpower coming into that execute. It wasn't clean, but there was an execute. That's what I wanted to see.
Yeah, I really think it was down to the wire there. Both on low HP, but Shiny got the best angle of the post plant. And
yeah, I mean, both low HP that could have swung either way. So
yeah,
just down to Shiny getting the better position and just finding one little pixel of his opponent. But for the most part, okay, we've seen a little bit more out of Blue Jays. I do like that, but for the most part, ZXC still firmly in control of this match. You want to get like a 4-2 split when you're on defense. ZXC already got that as a minimum. They're looking to maybe get a 5-1-half or even a 6-0. So just gonna try and assert dominance now, and North Star really have to... They gotta find an answer to these other sides, because they almost had it on basement, but they didn't quite, and so now basement's locked. And ZXC have a chance to just continue the rotation, because so far, I mean, they've gotten close here or there, but they're still on the rotation. Just continue doing what you're doing. It's working.
Yeah. And I think they should really watch out for the flank here this time from ZXC over on the cash side again.
Yeah, that does cost them. I mean, yeah, ZXC, I don't think they're going to be able to get away with that realistically. I mean, they shouldn't. They absolutely shouldn't. Like, if they do get away with it a second time, that would be very bad from North Star. But so ZXC cannot rely on that flank anymore. And North Star did get the opening pick last time on this site, so maybe North Star, if they can just do their take, not get disrupted in the mid round, maybe they can put something together here.
Yeah, we see then Ayana going on top of the garage roof here to possibly like play on the plat outside CCTV. And here it is.
There we go.
Like,
there it is.
There you go. The Sampy lurk. Let's see if he can find someone. He doesn't know. He's not aware of the guy of the Jaeger in the oil pit.
Is he just? Oh, he's standing off to the side. Okay. I thought he was standing in the doorway. Ah, they're gonna pass each other without even knowing. Sampy has no idea that he walked past an opportunity there, and I think Rexy's actually trying to go for that swing. Wait, what? What? Rexy had an idea. And for some reason, Sampi is not down here. What? Where's Sampi going? What? Where's the cutoff here? Where's the communication? Rexy had an idea about a guy down there, and he takes the fight to somebody, and then in the meantime, Sampi is not holding the cutoff. He's just letting him run away. That is a huge problem from North Star. They should have gotten that trade at least.
Yeah, the refrag. And somebody gets a kill on the Yana that was I'm talking about on the plateau, I believe. But somebody gets the refrag. And he's making his way down towards the basement again to try to go for a lurk on main stairs.
Hey, I guess better late than never.
Yeah, I got one pick.
Covered the bomb diffuser.
I mean, Sampi also going 9-3 at the moment, just selling the teammates for the KD, but at least it makes him look like he's doing good.
A bomb has been located.
Am I being mean? I feel like for Sampi sometimes it's deserved, but I feel like I'm being a bit cruel. At the same time, okay, there we go. Look, there's a drone ahead of Sampi. They're working together. Are they actually going to call this? Like, get some information out. Venom's able to find a pick onto Pavlov as well. And so now 4v2. Sampi does have a good position, but they have to work together here. And Kato actually kills Sampi. No! It just all falls apart for North Star. The hatch drop comes in. They have a crossfire on the player, but instead they kill one of their own in a direct 180-degree crossfire. You gotta be careful about where you put your bullets. You gotta make sure you hit the mirror and not your own teammate. And instead, ZXC take another comfortable round, and just the little micro mistakes from North Star, just not working together to be in the right positions. That's what's costing them. And this is like basics. This is the most like primary thing that you need to worry about when you're in comp. Just speak. Just be in the right positions to go for refrags when you have information on a player. And they just let somebody get away with a lot of picks. They let Venom get away with just doing his thing inside of Logi, and so just ZXC solidifying that lead 5-0. We might see a very fast clubhouse with Jesus, and we might move into map 2 very quickly.
Yeah, we might. As you said, there a lot of mistakes, especially of the oil pit kill there, where Sampi should be like close to blue at least to get the cutoff on the Jaeger. But I guess it's up to miscommunication and bad positioning.
I think it's bad positioning because of bad communication. I think that's just the issue.
Yeah.
And it isn't big things. Like it's not that like, you know, they're communicating bad. It's not anything that they're doing that's bad. It's just the tiny little details that they're missing that's bad. Just not saying anything about the player inside of Oil Pit if you know that he's there, because it looked like, at least from the way that Rexy was swinging, I could be mistaken about that. He could have just had a hunch or something. But even if you just have a hunch about it, there might be a player in Oil Pit. Why not call that and let Sampi know? You know, we might see another Sampi lurk. I think he's going in from strip this time. And so why not let Sampi know and just communicate to him? I think there might be a guy down here. Can you cut him off and I'll swing him? You know, so at least you can get refrags. And that's just missing at the moment.
Yeah, we don't know what the comms look like inside of North Star, so we can't decide that. But we can have some, what can you call it? What do you call it? I can't remember now.
What, dumb caster bias?
Yeah. Somebody gets a double C4.
Yikes. All right.
And Nordis picks up a kill. I believe that was
this half
from the
might
gym.
be over.
It might be. I think somebody has... yeah, he probably knows. Yeah.
Oh, no, no!
Rexy. You need to hit those, man.
Rexy's been playing this position on... like, he played it last time as well, when ZXC went down here. And just wasted, like, I think 1:50 just playing around trying to find that 1v1 into somebody, and somebody didn't give it to him until, like, late into the round.
Yeah.
Because you have to rely on other people pushing the guy to make him nervous so that you can get a pick out of it. And instead, somebody's just gonna hop out the window and still find the kill anyway. Sampi Lurk is still going strong. Yeah, got it. But, oh, he's taking shots through a wall. They have some information onto him. He's trying to go for that swing, but there's a player on top of the staircase. Flawless round for ZXC to close it out. They almost started with a flawless, And as revenge, they're gonna close it out with one, just running all over him. A 6-0 half. ZXC got the confidence. They just need one more to close this out to go up 1-0 here.
I believe in North Star on the defense, because defense is a lot easier on this map, in my opinion. So we could see a reverse sweep if we're lucky. It's not
Lumina
really...
has trolled a 5-1 on Skyscraper.
Yeah, they have.
It's always possible to throw big leads, especially because it's a game of two halves. But I feel like with the, I mean, I might be speaking too early here because, of course, the ZXC bias.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
Heavily
these
biased
bombs
toward
if they
them.
can.
For no particular reason, I just think it's funny. They look so confident on defense. I don't feel like they're going to fall apart on attack, but you have to wait and see what the half switch is like. If North Star have a good mental, they can just say, you know what, just ignore it. We just go defense now. Just do defense strats, just swing confidently. Fuck whatever we had to do on attack, excuse my language, and just do what you usually do on defense, because defense can be a lot easier. You don't have the pressure of having to take map control, of having to push up. You get all the map control to begin with, and the attackers are the ones that have to take it away from you. I feel like ZXC, you know, just you don't even need strategy. You just need to like keep rushing the site, and eventually, with enough confidence and a bit of gunplay, you might be able to just demoralize North Star to a point where they're gonna make a stupid mistake, and ZXC can just close out the match like that. So it doesn't take much, especially not when you've got a 6-0 half. You have so many chances now.
You're gonna see that con wall getting opened up with the Thatcher here, and the Thermite, of course, of Nordes. It's just to put some pressure onto the guys playing in cash, and also from Logi. And might
Very
get the
good
cut-off.
dealing with those bandit wires using the Thatcher. Of course, no bandit trick coming through. Could have happened here. Sampi in the basement trying to go for a lurk, but somebody takes him down. Somebody just doing the same lurk strat that Sampi was trying to do, but does it better. That's how you do it, Sampi. That's how you do it.
See Shiny here on the gym window, trying to break the barricade.
Is that a C4? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they opened it up for him, actually.
Yeah, I thought I saw a C4 through the castle barricade. Bit of a glitch there. And Rexy actually goes for a hop out. There we go. Good pick. Onto Shiny. That gets rid of the Thatcher that was playing on highway. So a bit of control relinquished. You don't have to worry about those windows for at least a few moments, because nobody's there at the moment. But Kasipasha in the meantime also getting control. ZXC similarly slow here on getting cash control, but they have cleared out cash. North Star has given them that control, and once they get the information on it, you can see Kazi already just pushing himself in. Venom already has control of top red, so now they can just try and inch their way forward, get some con control as well. And we'll have to wait and see. I think ZXQ might shape up for taking Logi. Either that, or they're going to put another guy up on highway and then go for an execute over on master side. At the moment, I think the main concern is clearing out Kato. Kato's still playing inside of Logi. Just has that angle for anybody that wants to push into Logi. Put himself deep in there, and there we go. Nordes does get taken down. Kato on that wide swing is able to connect onto one. Not quite out of the fight yet. Nordes might be recovered here, and we can see, there we go. Here's the rescue mission coming through from none other than Venom. So now still a 4v4, but few players have taken damage. Kato low, Rexy half, somebody half HP. Nordes just got picked up on 20 HP. Now Eula goes for an aggressive angle posted up here, and there we go. He's able to find it. A lot of kills come through, and suddenly we're in a 3v2, 3v1, as Eula just holding it together inside of Master. And we might see the first round for North Star, and there we go. That's it. It might just be a very defender-sided match.
Yeah, and we saw the Thatcher getting picked out there on the gym window. So they can't open the jacuzzi wall. And that's a really good spot to open, or like a wall to open, to get some sort of pressure onto the defenders on the top floor. I think it was a really well played round, but not for Sampi.
Yeah, tell me about that, because somebody's roam, right? Just talk me through that. Because I feel like he did that better than Sampi. Do you agree?
Somebody was just him, like downstairs. He was just him, walking into dirt, getting that kill onto Sampi on the bottom main stairs. But if Sampi's shots would have connected, he probably would have won that fight, but I highly doubt it.
Yes, he has a weird gun in a weird spot there, and somebody's playing it well, so... the the small little micro mistakes for North Star. It's not. I don't think they have a macro issue. You know, their strats are okay, and even for their attacking takes, I think their rough positions are okay. But it's just the like fine tuning some of the details that's giving them some trouble. And ZXC is playing a bit disruptive. I don't think ZXC is too aggressive. It might come across like that because they're winning strategically, but I don't think that they're too disruptive. I think they are giving North Star the space that they need to work with to do certain things, and it's North Star themselves that are costing them some of the control that they could get.
Yeah, I highly agree with you there, Reap. They're not playing that aggressive, as you said, but they're winning their gunfights, and they're winning their gunfights confidently, so it's just a good siege from them, to be honest.
Yeah, solid baseline siege, and North Star isn't putting up anything that is too worrisome for ZXC. We saw it on the defense. ZXC didn't really adapt going into the second rotation. They just won every side twice doing the same thing, right? If North Star doesn't force you to adapt, if they're not pulling out anything where you have to say, oh, whatever we did didn't work, we have to change what we're doing, then you can do the same thing. It's kind of boring, but it's the most basic of siege, and if your opponent doesn't have an answer, just keep doing it. So ZXC at the moment just they got the basics, and you can see they're so much faster. Look at that, 1 minute off the clock, and we've got Sledge and the Buck already playing for vert control together. Just we have main control. Venom is trying to get rid of that Fenrir gadget down there, and so just all the roamers have been cleared out. There wasn't really a big roam from North Star to begin with, but ZXC just thrown that out very early on. Get all the info that they need to just say, all right, now we can start attacking the site already. And so this is a lot of early control. They can now clear out Deep Arsenal. They can try and get that kitchen hatch open. They can start setting up for an execute very comfortably. North Star is giving them a lot of space to work with here.
Yeah, they got the kitchen hatch opened confidently, and somebody picks up a kill onto Rexy, and Yula picks up another refrag against Nordus, the Thermite. While they're still working on the birds here, we see Venom inside of dirt, trying to get a pick of the guys on the sides.
Just find some utility. All right. He's able to find that pick onto Pavlov. Now, Yula does find a trade in the process as well. A lot of trades going back and forth. Ultimately in the favor of North Stars. Kato's also able to find somebody. With 45 left, this is starting to look very similar to Blue Jays attacks. I think ZXC are having some of the same problems. They're earlier, they're much faster in the early round, but the mid round they have the same issues as North Star did. And so now in a 2v3, just going for some rotations, just going for a Hail Mary. Venom just rotating all the way around, and see what execute they go for.
I think I catch something upstairs. I think there's a Lesion making a flank down to main stairs. Like we call it the Sampy Lurk, but now it's a Sampy flank instead. It's working down the main stairs now. Yula picks up a kill against Shinny, and Kato finishes up on the kill to Venom in blue. Don't know why he's prone on the floor like that, but...
Just, Snake?
Snake, maybe? No recoil on the floor?
I think it was because of the hatch drop that he went through the floor,
Yeah,
but I don't really see why. All right, yeah, okay, we're starting to see some of the same flaws from ZXC come out, and I think it's the mid-round, because ZXC was a lot faster in early round. They did much better than Blue Jays in taking map control, partly because North Star wasn't so aggressive in early round. They let them take the control, and then you could see, as you rightly pointed out, good spot on Sampy on top floor. He did go for a very, very late flank, and was able, I mean, he would have been able to be impactful. The problem is just that his teammates won the gunfight, so he wasn't necessary to trade. But they had that contingency. That round was won by North Star. There's no way that ZXC could have won it, even if they would have found an off-chance gunfight. And so,
it was some
of the same problems, just mid-round issues, just not able to keep all the map control together, and finding players in places that you wouldn't expect them. That's costing.
I think it was a good idea for some people to go for that flank, because there could be people that still on the kitchen hatch who you can take out, and for the kitchen hatch execute. But ZXC just went for a blue execute, because they rotated around.
Attackers are moving out to
Yeah, either way, he has the backstab on them, because they don't even have the man count to try and deal with that. And the question is, like, would they have had any drones somewhere to spot him if he went for a flank? But we'll never know, because Sampy never actually managed to get to the fight. It was already over before that. So I think that's the only critique I can give Sampi there. It's maybe he could have been too slow. I don't know how it would have panned out, but could have, would have. Doesn't matter. Northstar have 2 rounds now, and Pavlov's trying to take an aggressive fight with somebody early on, just trying to prevent him from immediately getting naded. There is ADSs that he has to play with. There is some magnets as well, and there we go. Somebody just continues peeking behind that Monty, and he pays for it with his life. Opening pick goes into the favor of Blue Jays, and there we go. Sampi. We saw the Sampi lurk. This time it works. Had another player down there stacked up with him, and Pavlov is able to find another one. And suddenly, ZXC in shambles. Only 2 players left. It's Nordis and Venom. They've got decent utility, but with 2 minutes left to play and all 5 defenders still alive, what are you realistically going to do? At the moment, they're both outside. They're a little lost on what to do next. Maybe take a second to talk it through. Consider your options. You have the time to play with, but I mean, I say you have the time to play with because there's 2 minutes, but they still need to find all 5 players, and doing that in a minute 40 can be quite difficult.
Yeah, I would say it's kind of doable because a lot of the Northstar players are low on HP right now, but you need to find the gunfights and find them off guard, you know. So, which I don't think they're gonna find them off guard because they're gonna be on the toes now, Blue Jays. Because they really need this round, but it looks like a win from for them.
Even the Fenrir gadget, just can see the F-Not activating as well, so they know about that push on main. ZXC trying to sneak up there, but they get caught by it. So instead having to rotate again. I do like that from ZXC. When something doesn't work, they immediately go for a rotate. They're like, oh, this didn't work, let's go around, let's go somewhere else. Just peeking and prodding and seeing what works. But oh, Sampi is actually able to find a pick. There we go. Catches Venom and Sampi. Nice. There we go. That's what we want to see. The lurk down below, he's able to pull up behind them and find both of them. Flawless round now for the side of Blue Jays, and yeah, the confidence is back. We found 3 in a row. Northstar still with backs against the wall, but very defender-sided match so far. All 9 rounds have just been defense wins.
Yeah, so we're gonna see them go into gym and bedroom here. It's gonna be the same setup, I believe, from Northstar, with Cutter playing inside of Logi and the extend over to Cash like you normally do.
Yeah, but this is really when it gets scary, right? Because now you've completed a rotation, you've shown all the sites, so now ZXC knows how you're gonna play. And so if you don't adapt, and if you now make mistakes that you made previously, or if you just set up similar to how you would previously, ZXC can start finding some solutions, you know? The past 3 rounds, they've done nothing but look at problems, and so now they can start solving them. And so this is really, after the first rotation, is when it gets scary for them to try and fight back into OT, because, you know, Northstar, they might have 3 rounds, but that's only half the battle. You still need 3 more if you want to make it to OT. And that is only for map 1. I mean, right now, I thought this was going to be a done deal with ZXC going up 6-0, but at least for the moment, just ZXC struggling to find an answer. And now is their best opportunity.
Yeah, I really hope we see like more problem solving, like you said, from the side of ZXC here. Like one thing I want to see is that the accuracy wall is getting opened with the help of the Thatcher and the Ace for the Thermite. Because they brought 2 hard breaches for this site, which is really viable.
Yeah, I mean, on Gym, you kind of do need it. There's a lot of outside walls that you need to open up to try and get some control, to get some alternative angles, because otherwise you just... I mean, if you don't open any walls, you're basically just sitting on highway playing for like 3 windows.
I'm not going for it.
And, right. That's very risky, but Venom puts the Ace Charge up too high and he doesn't swing onto it, so just Pavlov allowed to trick that. So now there's not a rotate, it's just a sideline, and oh, alright. Kazi Pasha though, pushing in, able to find a pick, and there's 2 players down already. Sampi's dead. And we've got the control necessary for ZXC to just slow it down, or we've got a 5v3.
What a shocker that Sampi is dead, like within the first one to fall.
Yeah, but he can't be dead early. Like, they need him for the late round. They need him because, I mean, he's been doing well. Yeah, some of these kills might have been impactless on attack. He has been getting more on attack than defense, but at least he's been hitting shots. Those are still gunfights that he's winning. Even, like, if they don't matter, they're still gunfights. And so if he can consistently win gunfights against these opponents, they need him alive. But instead, Kato's still from that power position inside of... Oh, no, actually, I thought he was in Logi. No, he's inside of Kitchen. able to find a pick.
They switched
Now-
out, so Rex is in Logi
Yeah,
instead.
and he's playing the rat position. ZXC have to be careful. They need to drone this out. Oh, but okay. At the moment, they just have Kato just stuck inside a kitchen. They know that he's there, and they're just gonna try and trap him in there. And the thing is now, don't let him get away. Don't let him get away. Don't let him get a pick here. Just do this cleanly. And there we go. He gets stunned out. Kaziposha pushes in. Double kill for him in the round. And 50 seconds left now. Huge man advantage for ZXC. They've got a 4v2 in their hands. Rexy's still playing in a corner, and Pavlov is inside the site playing around that reinforcement still. There's nobody on highway, but you can see Shiny. There we go. He's rotating onto it now. That's going to put Pavlov under a lot of pressure. Pavlov trying to go for that C4 again, but just... why does he always wait with that C4? If he would do it instantly, he would get that kill.
Yeah.
But instead, he wastes a C4, and he actually opens the castle for Shiny again, like he did last time. So now he has to play even more passively inside of Jim. He is able to find the first pick onto Nordis. Rexy's still in that corner, could play spoiler. He comes to hatch drop. He did see him, but Rexy's able to find the first pick. He's not able to get the second as Kaziposha takes him down, but Pavlov is able to find another. It's the last player on the window. It's the guy that you could have C4'd, and he kills you! ZXC is able to get the first map. That's a good half coming out, and the player that should have been C4'd by Pavlov is the one that closes out the first map.
It was just really unlucky timing there from the C4 on from Pavlov. If he just blew that.
Just making the same mistake twice with that C4, and this time around it cost them the round. And that's sad to see, because Pavlov and Rexy almost put that 2v4 together. This was still shaky from ZXC, but they're allowed to get away with it. And a good shot hit from the Thatcher will lead us into map 2. And so ZXC go up 1-0. But before we get into that second map, we'll throw it to a quick break, and we'll be right back after that.
I'm not some toy that you can use, and when you come back I'll refuse, 'cause I'm better off now, better off now.
I feel pressure and it festers. There's this yearning that I don't say. Sick of guessing, I have questions. Oh well, all I can do is pray. Oh, I've been roaming, taking chances all along. Where am I going when it's always going wrong? Wish someone could tell me how things will end before I let somebody in. A crystal ball so I can see. Why does everybody leave? Are you out there going through casualties? Just like me, all to prepare for the day that we both shall meet. I always wonder who's true love somewhere waiting for me. Are you out there, my one and only? Looking over my shoulder, 'cause I don't wanna pass you up. Am I getting any closer? Come on, show me the way to us. Oh, I've been roaming, taking chances all along. Where am I going when it's always going wrong? Are you out there going through casualties? Just like me, all to prepare for the day that we both shall meet. I always wonder who's true love somewhere waiting for me. Are you out there, my one and
After a bit of a debacle and a very defender-sided clubhouse that just about was brought over the line by ZXC in a 1v1, able to find the first attack of the whole map and able to close it out with that. And so now, moving into map 2, we've got Skyscraper cooking up, and first ban's going to be in, coming out from the side of North Star. I think they did use it on Clubhouse, but electing to ban it here.
Yeah. We're gonna wait for the second ban to come in here from the side of ZXC. We could see maybe a weird ban, maybe a thermite ban, like you've seen from a Monty ban actually, which is not that unusual for this map. So, and we're waiting for another ban here on the defender side of ZXC.
All right, Monty ban is interesting though. We did see it on Clubhouse because of Rafters. So a popular pick for afters, might want to bring it out. Not that it worked. I think that round was lost. ZXC did bring it out.
Yeah.
And the Solace ban, once again. I mean, Solace, very popular ban. You're going to see it a lot. Just, it's very strong. You've got so
Very
much
strong.
information. Solace, it's just, you can see all of the utility. You can see all of the drones, as long as they're active, of course. And that's not something you want to deal with, especially not on maps like Skyscraper, which only has 2 floors. So you can just see a lot along a big distance. Last ban, Kaid, once again. Also, just Kaid, not seeing any play so far. Same defender bans. Bit of a mix-up on attack.
Yeah.
So just we can see the perma bans on defense, and we can see flex bans on attack. Just mixing it up, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't. Now this time we've got North Star starting on the defense. Maybe they've got a bit of confidence. They can work with that defensive side, because both these teams so far have struggled with just putting cohesive attacks together, simply because they're just there's just a gap somewhere in the mid round that always costs them. It's either a flank or just not clearing somebody out or struggling with utility somewhere, but just in the mid round. There's always an issue in the mid round. But at least for ZXC, I have to say the attacks in the early round were a lot faster. They were a lot better getting into the map and getting control, and that's partly due to North Star also playing a bit more passively. We'll see how it pans out here on Skyscraper, but I think at the moment, from the attacks we've seen, I mean, North Star didn't get a single one on Clubhouse, so I gotta go with ZXC being the better attacking team. But if trends continue from previous map, as long as ZXC can get like 1 or 2 rounds here on attack, they should be good.
Yeah. I really hope they get more rounds than 5 stars did on Skyscraper against Lumina, because that was.
We got one. We got one. That's more than 0.
Yeah. So we can pray, let's say, that they get more rounds than us. So we're gonna see the somebody lurk this time instead of the Sumpy lurk.
Yeah, I've noticed that as well. Somebody plays the same role as Sumpy and plays in similar positions as well. And he even kind of sounds like him. Somebody, Sumpy.
Yeah, that's true.
We're within like one vowel. Just very close. These 2 players just trying to mirror each other.
And we see the Flores drone here, taking out that shield on top black. So now Cutter doesn't have that safety behind that shield to play. He does have ADS though.
Yeah, and he does still have the staircase to work with. In the meantime, of course, opening picks coming through, a 1-for-1 trade as Pavlov goes down. Yula's able to find a second double kill for him in the round already. Just good defensive holds. ZXC trying to go quickly, but being punished for it, and now Kazi's trying to push up that staircase, but he does have to contend with smoke babes, and somebody just Sumpy, no! He gets caught in a crossfire accidentally. Somebody was not ready for that, but he still gets caught up because Kazi's behind him as well. There was 3 levels of unawareness there that led to Sumpy's death, and now Kato on the black stairs here will have to hold, but no, he gets taken down by Kazi. He's able to win that fight against the shotgun player, and so now it's only down to Rexy and Yula. And Yula, he's found a double in the round so far, but Rexy's low HP. So he'll have to do a lot more work than he's already done for the team. And with 1:15, ZXC, they can slow it down. They can get some info now. He can just drone out a bit, and they can take another fight to Yula. Yula now low HP as well. Both of these defenders so low. 1 bullet will do it for either of them, and the Flores drone coming in as well. They cannot afford to sit next to that. Somebody catches Yula. Very good pick. Now a 1v3, Rexy all alone. He's able to find one, takes down Shiny. He has an idea about the second, finds him as well. And suddenly it's only down to somebody. He's able to start getting that plant down. And Rexy, he's not in position to try and deny that. He might be able to stick it. Plant comes through, he spots him. But now he's given away his position and somebody pushes in. And a nice attempt from Rexy to try and clutch that. But somebody, he's able to stick the plant. He's able to work with the few seconds that his teammates gave him, despite both swinging and giving Rexy that opportunity. Almost able to lock it in. Nice try from Rexy.
Yeah, really nice try from Rexy there, as you said. Really unlucky timing with Kazi from the black stairs there onto Sumpy, because Sumpy had that kill in the bag coming out from kitchen, which is a really important kill on the nuke.
Okay, we've seen an attack win much earlier on than we did last map. And once again, it's ZXC going up 1-0. They take the first round. And if trend continues, this might be a fairly quick 2-0. I think at the moment, ZXC look a bit more well put together than Northstar. Northstar just, like I said, struggling with micros more than ZXC do. ZXC is just able to get those basics down. And they're able to exploit that against Northstar because Northstar is not able to counter it. There's just one defensive line, or, well, I mean, defensive line for ZXC, they're on attack, but there's one continuous line of players, no matter if defense or attack for ZXC, and that is the thing that is causing problems for Northstar, because they can't really find a way to push through that. And they're not really prodding away at it either. They're like not trying to find solutions. And that's the problem that I've seen with them for the most part. Because at least ZXC, you know, I've complimented them before about being able to rotate. I mean, sometimes they over-rotate, but at least, you know, something doesn't work, just everybody rotate around, see if a different approach works.
Yeah, and we see the same strat coming out of the Northstar this time, on the same bomb site with the top black shield there. They could bring a mute for the top black door to stop the floors coming in and taking out that shield, which is a really... Shinny takes out Yola. I believe that was on Shrine window, and Rexy gets a refrag onto Cassie, taking out the Finka. Also Venom getting some damage on. I think it was Pavlov that shot him. Took some damage off him.
Yeah, on this map already, just 1-for-1 trades early on. Just no unanswered opening fights, but there is some opening fights. A bit more aggression coming out from Northstar as well, just contesting some positions. Now Shiny, once again, he's in the same spot. He's doing the same thing with the Flores. He's able to get utility. Somebody, in the meantime, able to find Sumpy. Just the rivalry continues, and somebody is the one that's able to come out on top of that.
Yeah, as I said, the Flores don't coming in there, taking out the shield on top black, and also the bulletproof camera. Pablo taking out Shinny on top of the, like on the black balcony there.
Bomb located by attackers.
While somebody is still lurking downstairs in kitchen. While Venom is outside on Geisha Balk, trying to get a pick off the Geisha wall here into drum. Almost finds
Almost gets it. Yeah, almost. Alright. Rexy now low HP once again. I mean, we've seen him do it with low HP, almost. He was able to find 2 kills, despite being so low HP, so doesn't seem to bother him much. And at the moment, I think Blue Jays, they opted to do something similar as last time, and this time around working out better. They're not caught unaware by anything. They don't have Sampy downstairs dying to that crossfire. Instead, he dies on a different engagement. And Nordes, there we go, able to find a pick on Takato as well. So with 40 seconds left, advantage goes in the favor of ZXC again, and suddenly it just all falls apart. ZXC were spread thin, but they're just able to collapse from all sides at the same time. Just really good 3-2-1.
Yeah.
ZXC take the second round. Once again, good lead.
Once again, Nord started struggling to take control of the map still, like even though they have it from the beginning. But ZXC is just so quick at taking that map control. Sitting on the windows, putting pressure from every side. It's basically like what G2 does in T1. Putting a lot of pressure on different sides of the map. Below side.
Yeah, 5 people, 5 points of entry. Early on to try and pull people around. You know, it's like somebody's like, I'm being contested here, I need help, and then you have 2 defenders rotating over there, and then you suddenly have 4 people attacking the site. So gotta make sure not to over-rotate, but still get some map control. And so this has kind of favored a 1v1 meta. I wouldn't call it TDM because there's still a lot of strategy and like droning and clearing utility as a team that's involved in that. But with 5 points of entry and trying to pull all the defenders around, defenders have to be capable of defending themselves in a 1v1. They have to be able to just win a gunfight outright. So this has, I think, fostered just a meta of people having to win their fights if they want to get anywhere. So as long as you got the basics down for comp, you got to make sure that you hit your shots. Otherwise, you're not going to have a shot at winning the round.
Yeah, I really want to see Katu and Sampi stepping up this round to see if they can get some kills on the board. Because they've been really quiet the first 2 rounds. Oh, I believe that was a spawn pick. Yeah, from Rexy on delivery door. He's still picking it. Takes out the thermite.
Hi. All right, Rexy. Confidence from Rexy coming in, able to go for a peek onto 1. And then Nordis just continuing to stay there. Gets taken out. Ultimately, Rexy, Sampi, there we go. You wanted to see Sampi, and Rexy at the moment doing a lot of work. Now on a 5v2. With only 40 seconds left, or 40 seconds off the clock so far. It's only Venom and Shiny left. And this is looking very quickly like Northstar might get their first round here.
Yeah. And the diffuser is dropped outside the map, so I really hope that ZXC knows about that. They probably do, but...
yeah, please,
yeah.
Venom. Yeah, it looks like he's recovering it. No, no, he's going up.
He's going
He has
up
info
to
on
the
a player in the corner.
Is it Stumpy?
Yeah, that's him.
Oh.
There we go. Yay, you got it. Stumpy is
And it
dead
pick-
once again.
And he also picks up the diffuser, like I said. They
There you
have
go.
the intel on to Rexy here inside of kitchen, or in between kitchen. Oh, he's in kitchen now.
They're gonna stack.
Going
No, they're not
towards-
gonna stack up. Shiny's just gonna solo lurk and try to hunt him, but Rexy's better. Rexy's able to find that. Triple kill for him in the round, just putting in big work. Now, aggressive run out coming in from Pavlov to just try and get rid of those Selmas. Not even gonna let Venom open up that wall. And so not giving him many chances. Rexy just huge in this round, able to find all the picks necessary for Blue Jays to put their first round on the board. And so now Venom, he can just sit outside, he puts down some Claymores. They can talk about the round, you know. They've gotten 2 attacks. I've said they needed 1 or 2, at least with how these games have been going so far. And there we go, Rexy just trying to keep himself warm, trying not to cool off with all the kills that he's been getting, just continuing to take fights. I mean,
have the
you can take them.
Oh.
And there we go, he finds it as well. A quad kill for him in the round. Venom goes down as well. And so now, ZXC, they've had a chance to maybe talk for a few seconds while Venom was rotating around outside. Rexy just going huge at the moment. Northstar need to keep that tempo up and they need to keep that confidence up because it's working. It's working.
Yeah.
And so ZXC gotta readjust. Gotta find a solution to whatever Rexy is doing to you. Need to just pin him in and go for at least a 1-for-1 trade, because if he hits his shots, then just set up a crossfire. There's no way he can kill 2 people if you're peeking him properly.
Attackers
Yep.
need to locate and defuse.
Really nice shots from Rexy there. The spawn pick was a bit unlucky for the Thermite, but I need to give some credit to Rexy there.
I think it's also Nordas overstaying that spot, because Nordas took a lot of damage to Rexy, and then Rexy continues jiggle peeking it, and he gets away with it. Because his mechanics are good, and Nordas just didn't need to force that fight. It was very early on in the round. You have a Fink on the board. Like, you're low HP, just go keep repelling up and just get healed by the boosts. You can just ignore that fight. Just ignore that you took early damage.
We're gonna see the defender side here going towards barbecue and kitchen to see what they can do here. It looks like it's some sort of a extend upstairs, like you usually see from this side.
Locate a bomb and
And also Sampi over there in drum with defender.
Right, so big extension coming out from Northstar, which is something I want to see more out of them, because as I said before on Club, ZXC are very good at taking any map control that isn't being contested. They just drone it out. They have pre-placed as well, I think, in a lot of spots. They're able to get into the map and at least get a foothold in there. And that's really been costing Northstar. They're not contesting space. And that is giving ZXC a lot of time to try and set up for late round executes. Because you're giving them like 2 minutes to try and set up and execute onto the site instead of 30 seconds.
We see here, oh, Kelsey gets taken down by Rexy there inside of delivery, I believe. No, in pantry, actually.
And once again, it goes on. Why is there 3 people here?
Pablo takes out somebody. I believe that was also on
okay.
delivery. And Venom gets the refrag onto Rexy.
We are running them out around the map playing TDM for the side of Northstar, and it's working. They're able to find 2 picks. Rexy finally does go down as well, but still man advantage. And Rexy did find his pick. He might not get a quad kill this time, but he did find at least a 1-for-1. And when you're feeling it, that's all you need to do, you know? If the worst you should do is at least get 1.
Yeah, and it was the Fink also. So that's really important for late round with the health boosts in case, like for Norda's fact here. Low HP, or like half HP, we can boost it up.
Ooh, now Venom as well, yeah. As you're properly pointing out, but no, Venom gets taken down fully as well. Nordis takes, I think, another bullet. Is that another bullet? He's taking a lot of damage. Eula just continuing to try and take that fight, just more jiggle peaks. We've seen this before, it's worked out against Nordis in the past, just continuing to take these jiggle peaks, but now this time around Nordis able to find Eula just overextending a bit. Shiny's inside of the site, hello? We're planting! Shiny's planting! There's a minute left on the board and there's nobody in place. No, we've got 2 players inside of Pantry. No, Northstar. They're letting them get away with this plant, and now there's a post-plant position for the side of ZXC. A hop out comes through, but the Claymore... The Claymore is able to find a 2-for-1 for Nordis. Nordis is able to find one as well, and so now it's a 1v1 Sampi. He has to try and clutch this. Nordis is low HP, but Nordis does have hatch control. You can try and play for the vertical here. No, Nordis, Sampi can stick this. You have to drop. You have to drop. There's no time. Sampi's allowed to just defuse that. A blunder letting them plant inside of the site like that, and Sampi just gets on it, says, pros don't fake. I'm going to stick it as well. If you're going to stick it, I'm going to stick it too. And Nordis electing not to drop the hatch, and with no vertical play, not able to deny that.
And we see some BM in the chat.
Chaos.
Some subtle BM in the chat as well from Sampi's side here.
I mean, you clutched a 1v1. Let him get his 5 minutes.
Yeah, let him get his 5 minutes.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being.
So we've seen them going up to this karaoke site again. It looks like it's the same setup again. No mute to counter that Flores drone, as I said a couple of rounds ago. Which should really help them to have that top black control. Or some
just
stay on it.
Choosing not to bring anything to deal with this. I guess they don't think that Shiny is a problem. There's a lot of utility that Shiny's been able to take out just playing that Flores every round. Just shields, bulletproof cams, ADSs, and he's doing it for free. I mean, it takes a bit of time, right? But you're not being contested. It's highly, it's extremely safe. Like, there's no way you're gonna die. You're just, like, scooting around in a drone. It's pretty much as safe as you would be with Twitch. And they're just allowing him to do that.
We're not seeing a top black shield though, because Pavlov is on the other side of the map. He's in office. Hasn't put it out the shield yet, I believe.
Right, here's the Sampi roam. Sampi versus somebody. We've seen this fight many a time. Now Sampi once again set up for that jump in. And somebody just waiting outside, just looking up at the vertical angles as well. He does have nades, and since the new patch isn't in yet, he can still cook that nade.
Yep.
And Kazi, there we go. He finds the opening pick onto Kato. I was talking about nades. This isn't the player that I expected with the nades. And Sampi, there we go. He's able to win the fight against somebody who just jumped in the window. And so, once again, this rivalry between these two players taking opening engagements this time goes into the favor of Sampi. He's able to win one as well. But Kazi's also inside of the building now, and Sampi has to be careful that he doesn't get cut off here. You can rotate around Sampi, or you can just try and waste time, but whatever you do, don't just get caught out for free. At the very least, make them drone you, make them waste utility, make them waste time. And you can see it. The diffuser carrier, Nordis, just trying to push in, trying to see. We can take that fight. Sampi just sitting in that corner, not trying to go for that, and there we go. Nordis is able to find it. So Sampi just overstaying his welcome. He could have rotated away, but he was trying to play for more time and more denial. And it ends up costing him man advantage to ZXC.
Pavlo playing a really aggressive position here on top of the geisha window, basically. And Yula gets taken out by Venom. I'm not really sure where he was, but Pavlo takes out the Venom from the rat spot inside of the corner of geisha.
This is the dangerous 2v4 position. We've seen Northstar almost clutch a 2v4 before, and this time around it's Rexy again. You know, Rexy's still alive. That's huge. Pavlov is able to find one. He knows where the remaining players are. He tries to take some fights here. Is able to find a drone on the fallback, and he knows a player is on top black, and he can try to go for some swings, but he gets caught out by Shiny, and
it's
almost able to get away with that. Just Rexy left alive. He's pulled up huge on this map so far for Northstar. He's been able to find some big picks, but not this time around as Kasi just boxed in on him. Kasi Posha able to find the last pick. He finds the opening kill of the round. He's able to find the last kill as well. And so ZXC now with 3 rounds on the attack.
At least Northstar got more rounds than 5 stars.
Hey,
like
a 2-7's better than what 5 stars did.
It is. We see here onto office side again. This time they're gonna bring the mute, but for the wrong side. I guess
is there a Flores right now? No, there's not even a Flores in play.
No. And we see Sampi. He's gonna go downstairs for the lurk again. probably.
Yeah, Sampy's just been hard stuck on Jaeger, just not playing anything else.
Razor wire up!
It looks like there's someone gonna play on the main stairs, or house stairs as we call it. Might be the mute from Cat who's gonna play on with the shotgun and the SMG-11 to deny people from walking up.
Could be at the moment just, I think, electing to bring that shotgun to make rotates for the most part. Especially this aggressive rotate outside onto this aggressive angle. And alright.
5 seconds to go.
Jaeger's Sampy just, yeah, he just wants to help. Oh, there we go. Okay, I like this. Okay, Eula using the Rooney arm to just punch out the wall over here on, what is it, Geisha side. And this is to prevent a thermite from placing a charge on that outside wall to breach the reinforcement next to it. Pavlov able to find an early opening pick. The Asami going hard for North Star at the moment. Just whoever gets to be on that operator is able to find spawn peaks.
Yeah.
Good
The
stuff.
Shin is taken out. No nades. Or they have 2 nades, but they had 4.
Wait.
But that wall is not gonna be able to... Okay.
Yeah, okay, so they do... There's a Thatcher in play and they do open up that wall, but then they don't even bother playing electrification. There's no point playing... I'm sorry. There's no point making that hole in the wall with a Rooney if you're just playing a mute. Like, you need electrification for that to make any sense in the first place. Like,
Yeah.
Other than that, you're just wasting your time punching a wall for no reason. And,
Venom takes
alright,
out.
Venom, just good pick from him. Able to equalize. Pavlov, very low HP as well.
Believe
bit of map
Venom is
control
on.
gained.
Rexy gets a C4 onto somebody. I believe that was in Geisha. Yeah, it was, I think. Sampy gets a kill onto Venom. That's the Sampy lurk. Again.
Coming in handy.
Yeah. It's his signature move, so... He has a lot of years preparing for this. With the Sampy
Been
lurks.
working on it. He's been cooking it for so long. Gotta make sure not to cook it too long though, or the nade's gonna explode in your hand.
True. We see Nordis joining the site here, spotting out one of the players inside of Exhibition. But then... Oh, there it is again.
Speaking of nade, alright, Sampy. Able to catch Kasi while there's still a nade in the hand of the Finka. So now it's only down to Nordis. Has a minute to play with, but a lot of opponents to find. Rexy is injured. Was that the nade? Did the nade
Yes, it
still
was.
find Rexy? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he's able to get recovered, so no big deal, just losing a bit of HP. Nordis now might be able to find the cutoff onto Sampy. Sees him!
Whiffs the shots.
Not quite able to connect onto it. Unlucky. So now Sampy and Rexy both low, but, and Pavlov. There's 3 players low on North Star. If they line up in a bad way, this could still work out for Nordes, but I doubt it. Because there's 30 seconds left, and Nordes just has to push into one aggressive angle. And Rexy once again with these quick little jiggle peaks. Just look at him. He's hyped up now. He's energetic. He's just going for these doorway swings.
Well.
That's nice. Very nice headshot. All right, we move into the second half, and we've got a 3-3 split. I think that is pretty good for ZXC, all things considered, you know? North Star were able to put up a better fight. I think they're in this game a lot more than they were on Clubhouse.
Yeah.
They struggled getting anything going on Clubhouse, but here they start out on the defense. They at least get a few rounds in. There's some trades going back and forth. Rexy's really starting to feel himself. So now moving into the attacks, ZXC, they're not upset. They got 3 attacks. That's huge. You can now just go for your defenses and try and best North Star like that. But if not, North Star might be able to put something together here, and we might even have to go to a third map.
Yeah, as we've seen on the Clubhouse map, North Star has a bit of a trouble getting those attack rounds in. So we should probably see some defender side of the skyscraper here.
What?
From
Blue Jays
the-
struggling on attack? I thought you were biased toward them. How could you say something like that?
Oh, I might have switched sides. Yeah.
After that 6-0 half, I don't blame you.
5 seconds left.
We're gonna see a setup here. It's basically... I think there's gonna be a shield into Shrine actually from the side of the Frost of Venom. And they're gonna hold the long angles onto workshop office walls.
It's something that I've seen from ZXC. I'm going to point it out here because I just saw that they're not bringing in Asami. This is quite typical. I mean, pointing to Virtus Pro. Virtus Pro is a Russian team, and they play very, very old Siege. Like, they play a classic Siege. It still somehow works because they're very good at the game. But in terms of strategy, they play a very, very old setups. And you can see it from ZXC. They're not choosing to bring in Azami. They're playing Skyscraper from like 6 or 9 months ago. And that's the same thing that I saw with them on Clubhouse. It did work for them, fabulously so, but they were playing like rogue strats from the Berlin Major, as I'd pointed out on Bar specifically. So I think this is a bit of a trend for ZXC. They're playing solid Siege, but they're playing very, very old Siege. They're not like choosing to play the newest and most up-to-date operators. And I mean, they don't have to, as long as it works.
Yeah, and Nord is taking out Sampi there as the first pick of the match, of the round, I mean. And Nord is taking out the second guy, as I was talking about him. And it's Pavlov, and a team kill.
No, Yula, no! Another team kill for North Star. This is the second one. I think, I mean, so far they haven't been like hugely impactful, but of course they're still gonna hurt. And especially now that it's a 2v5 after that team kill, now a 1v5 with Kasi able to find another. I said Rexy's been feeling himself, but yeah, you're 10-4, but what are you gonna do against 5 players? You're all alone, you're ash charging to just try and get in the building somewhere, just charging up the black stairs, and now somebody knows about your location. You've given yourself away with shooting that ADS, and Venom's able to take him down. There we go, ZXC starting out on the defense. Just solid defenses. And this is going to start getting worrisome for North Star now.
Yeah, we saw it from the DMR of Nordest there, just ripping apart the attackers. Especially from that angle. It's the angle from Shrine into Work Office and onto the metal balcony. Oh, Aruni, I mean, sorry.
All the operators with A.
Yeah,
I'm getting all of them mixed up constantly.
Araru. Same with Maestro and Maverick.
Yeah.
Can't keep up, you know.
Not to forget Alibi, of course, when we're speaking of all the ones with A. So many different operators that you all confuse with. Like, sometimes I've called Amaru when I've meant, like, literally any of the defenders. Like, Azami, Alibi, Aruni, all of them are Amaru. I don't know why Amaru is so pervasive for most players, because I feel like that is the one that gets miscalled most times. It's like you mean one of the other operators and you just always say Amaru. Yeah. Once again, my voice giving out. Jesus, I'm not used to the casting anymore. I need to practice more. Well, Zefan's on vacation. I got a few days, you know. Of course, our GOAT soft support. No, he's soft support.
Yeah.
Yep, that's flex. Our GOAT soft. I don't even know what the roles in our team are. Our GOAT soft support, best player in the game, doesn't know how to play in competitive, but he does know how to shoot in ranked.
True.
Unlike you, Selberg.
Well, I don't shoot in ranked or. Yeah,
you shoot in like random scrims and unofficials when it doesn't matter.
Yep.
Just 20 kill game. That's the Selberg. Yeah, but Zefan's on vacation, so we're casting North Star ZXC out of pure boredom, and somebody just takes down the Juggernaut on the side of Blue Jays. You've got your best player down for the count, Rexy. It's gonna start cooling off, but no, Sampi, he steps up just at the right time. There we go. The man, the myth, the legend, the Bucklurk. Yula is able to find Venom as well, and there we go. 3v4, just man disadvantage now for ZXC. But of course, still have a bit of control. Shiny, he's in a very risky spot. Could maybe find a pick onto that player inside a Geisha. This is a little close, but now there's a shot fired. Pavlov should have a rough idea of where that player is. Shiny, some pre-fires going through the wall, almost able to connect into Pavlov. Swinging a little wider. This is a game of inches. Shiny takes some damage as well, now able to pull back. Good time waste coming in from ZXC at the moment. Just Shiny keeping himself alive, just moving positions, making sure not to get caught out by anyone. And North Star not clamping down on that properly at the moment. So for now, ZXC just switching around some FNATs, just making sure to keep them on their feet. Now, drum control gained for the side of North Star, though. Drum control has been gained, but you do got to consider that's not the site. Site is on the opposite side of the map, and so Sampi. Okay, all right, continues. Still on that lurk.
Yeah, he takes out Shiny on the top of the black stairs there. Really good pick for getting that security or like comfort. So the backside is not, there's no one on the backside. And Pavlo taking out Nordest there. So now it's a 4v1. Kelsey takes out Katu. on the rappel. And he's gonna
but
hold the...
still has 3 more to go through. Sampi low HP, Pavlov again low HP. Just a lot of gunfights that end up very close between these two teams, leaving a lot of very hurt players. So with 30 seconds left, Sampi playing down below, trying to put pressure onto Kaziposha.
Yep.
Kazi will have to work a miracle here. There's not a whole lot of time left. That mirror window is open as well. Playing around the breach, trying to see if he can find an off angle. He's basically outside.
15 seconds left.
Now North Star, they have to put together and execute. They have to make sure they don't let this guy slip past.
Remaining.
Gotta
the
find him
flash
here.
is
This flash might be bad as Kazi is able to find one, but they're now gonna start pulling it on his location. He switches to the pistol and gets caught out by Eula. And there we go, North Star. A bit shaky, but ultimately in that 3v1, they are able to converge on the position properly, and this is what I want to see. A bit of team play coming through. That flashbang was very unfortunate, getting caught by the magnet. Almost wins them the round. Ultimately, they're Kazi just doing good work. But North Star keeping themselves in this, at least for now. We're back up to 4-4.
Really good lurking there from Sampi on the bottom floor. Taking
Once
out
again.
one. Once again, yeah. Taking out one. Taking
If it
out
works,
two.
it works.
Yeah, of course. Really nice drive from Kelsey there as well, taking out the ace on the rappel.
To locate and defuse
Almost
as
takes
many
out
bombs
the
as they can.
thermite as well, I believe.
Yep.
But can't
Just
finish it
about,
out.
but-
Yeah, just about, but can't finish
There's
it
only
out.
so many bullets in that gun.
Should probably have a drum mag. Like, I believe. That would be a lot better.
Give the Wamai a drum mag on the MP5K.
Yeah.
More clutch opportunity.
I believe it's the same setup from the side of ZXC here.
Yeah, they're
I don't
going
think-
at least for the same site, and there is a mirror in play again. So I think you might be right. Just
And the
maybe they're saying, you know, we got caught out early by that Sampi lurk. You know, Sampi's lurk actually working out and able to find individual players roaming very deep, far away from site inside a barbecue. And so ZXC, I think they can play a bit more passively. They don't have to extend as much as they have been doing here on the site. So if they just let Sampi take some map control down there, you know, let him have his fun down there. Just don't even contest him. Just leave him be. You know that he's there now, right? So just let him have that control. What's he gonna do with it? Barbecue doesn't really help them that much when the site isn't even on that side of the map.
See here, I think they were going for a kitchen clear, actually. It looked like there was 2 players on the kitchen balcony. Not really sure, though. Oh, they went up to Geisha instead. So they're opening the Geisha wall here to open up the drum wall with the thermite charge. There's no mute jammer on it, and Pablo taking some damage there from the runouts from...
Oh,
from Kasi.
all right.
Two.
Is that a
two.
double? Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
double run out.
So Venom gets taken out by Rexy, I believe, and then Kasi gets taken out by Thermite. And the Thermite gets taken out by the Fenrir.
Pavlov trying to push in off that confidence off of saying, all right, ZXC, what in the world are you doing? I appreciate the confidence. I love that they're just going for a double jump out on that window. It's a little, like, ill-timed. They both get caught out there.
Yeah.
But I like the aggression. Like, ZXC is certainly not discouraged by the scoreline. They don't care that it's 4-4. They won the first map. They know, or at least, you know, in their hearts, they know that they're a better team than North Star, and so they're just going to take these fights to their opponents. They don't really care. Oh, somebody gets caught out in the middle, unfortunately. He on the ADSs, right as he takes that fight, and he still wins it.
Ooh,
Rexy just taken down, but this time, there we go. Sampi, he's there in a trade position. This is what he needs to be there for in a lurk. He didn't do this on Clubhouse. I love that he's doing it here now. So now, once again, a 1v3 on site. This time it's Nordis instead of Kasi, but it doesn't really make a difference as Blue Jays, once again, up 3 against 1. They have a minute to work with. All they need to do is just clear out Nordis, and then they can take the lead as Nordis is actually able to find Sampi. No refrag as Sampi was playing down below, but Nordis running around now. Isn't aware of the player already inside his sight. Will be aware now as punches the mirror window. Nordis can go for a swing. Might be able to find both of them, but no, there we go. Very good trade position from Eula. And Blue Jays, I think for the first time in this map, are able to take the lead.
I believe so. I believe you're right. It was a really good play from Sampi there to get the trade onto the Mossy in delivery. A bit unfortunate with that timing on the runouts, that the Rexy was on that rappel and could deny that runout from the Mira. And of course Pavlov going pro.
I mean, it's a ballsy play. It might go really right or it might go really wrong. It didn't end up working out for ZXC, but they're doing it. You know, they say, all right, let's at least try it.
Attackers need to
And if they
locate
continue
and
keeping
defuse
that
the
confidence,
bombs
I
they
don't
can.
see them struggling, at least from a mental standpoint. Now it's just about being able to close out some of these rounds. Because they're looking for answers. They didn't find it in the previous round, but they're going to continue looking. And North Star will have to continue dealing with some of these issues that ZXC is going to lay in their way. As, of course, ZXC is on the defense. You know, they can experiment around, they can play a bit, and North Star will have to adapt around it. So North Star in the position to try and pull up here, but they do now have the lead for the first time, and so North Star, just for the first time in this entire matchup, because on Clubhouse it was ZXC all the way. So for the first time in this entire matchup, North Star have the lead, and this is a good opportunity for them to maybe build some confidence, to feel like, you know, we can get back into this. Maybe we can make a map 3 out of this, and we can still turn this around. Maybe some just early game shakes, just you know, get that out of you. Get Rexy to hit some shots. Get Sampy to just work properly with the teammates on the lurk, because when he does it, he gets all the kills needed to win a round, and they're impactful frags. Like this time around, he's 8 and 6, but that's so much more meaningful than the 9-3 from last time. As Pavlov, that's a blitz.
By the way,
I've not yet mentioned that, but that's a blitz.
They're coming out. Somebody is taking some hits from the blitz, or just taking down the blitz from the side of. It's just a frag fest. I can't even keep up now.
A lot of people dying in the server. It's suddenly a 2v2. The Amaru going into the window as well, and suddenly Kato, he's able to find a nade kill as well. So it's only down to Shiny and North Star just going with a very aggressive play. Now in a 2v1, they have Eula inside of T Hall. Shiny just trying to rotate around once again. ZXC doing good on the rotates, even when they're playing solo. Now a plant starting to get stuck out behind that reinforcement, and now Shiny, he can try to go for that pick. There's a cross coming out, but plant is stuck. So now he has 40 seconds to retake. He knows where 1 is. He has a rough idea where the 2nd is. He thinks he might be more passive inside of Karaoke. He's probably not expecting Diana to be very close, right? Let's see if he checks that angle properly. But no, he gets cut down by Kato before that. And North Star on match point, they suddenly start pulling away here on the attack, doing a lot better. And what a rush execute to do it.
Huge round from Kato there. He was 1 and I can't. He had 1 kill at least, and then they got like 4 on that round, if I'm not mistaken.
And even though the Blitz did get cut down trying to get to the rotate inside of Karaoke, he did find the opening kill. And it did give them black control. So at the very least, you know, it did still do something with that. Didn't work out until the execute, but got the control needed of black, just pushed in aggressively. The Amaru just bought enough space for them to get themselves inside of Karaoke. And from there, you can pretty much just convert the round. Good job from North Star. Just winning out some of these 2v2s as well, something they've been struggling with a bit. ZXC just been able to just talk to each other better when there's only 2 players left. But this time around, North Star able to do it, put themselves onto match point, and we might go all the way. We might see 3 maps.
Yeah, we might. I really hope that we can see 3 maps, because it's going to be quite fun to see these guys brawl.
Well, I am a bit hungry. I wouldn't mind if we would see this done in 2, but of course, for the sake of competition, 3 maps would be nice to see between the 2 teams. Just goes to show that there's a fight put up from both sides. And I mean, even if North Star go out now, at least on this map, they've been able to show me that there's something that they're fighting with. They're not just getting absolutely pummeled by ZXC. Just Rexy some confidence on the swings, and Sampy some work, just getting some of the refrags and playing in better positions this time. And so, North Star just starting to put it together.
We'll see I believe it's a kitchen side, right? Yeah. And we see the same mute of somebody playing inside of Geisha.
Pavlov, I think, spotted out that mute jammer on the wall. Must have walked up to it and noticed it. And immediately a rotate coming through, because as you can see, no Thatcher on the board. So Pavlov can actually breach that wall. That's a huge time waste. That's good utility from ZXC. They're able to find pretty much just like a minute for free, because North Star not able to go with that, have to rotate. Now, technically, Kato could just shoot that jammer, and then they could open the wall now. But Kato's trying to... Oh, you can see it. The jammer's left side, Kato. I think he was trying to clear the jammer, and he swung wide on the right, but it's on the left side. C4 comes out, gets the drone, doesn't quite connect onto Kato. Kato now trapping with an A to try and get that shield, but instead gets taken down by Nordis. Nordis going for an aggressive swing, able to find 2. Kato and Eula both going down, as Sampy's able to find a pick elsewhere. over on Shrine side, but gets traded by Nordis. Nordis on huge for a triple for a quad. Able to find 4 onto Pavlov, but now gets taken down, and Kazi's able to find the last one. The ace is denied, but ZXC with a very quick one. A push into Nordis goes awry for Blue Jays, and they keep themselves in this 1 round away from overtime.
Yeah, I think we've seen a bit of a switch up in the North Star roster here. That Kato is going on a bit more fraggy role with the Finka, and then Pavlo going on the Thermite. Because Kato was always playing like the hard support, like the ace, and like the ones that you don't need to frag on. But now they're switching it up a bit to go on the Finka. Last run.
I mean, yeah, I think Kato, depending on the side, I think he's playing a bit of a fragging, like more of an entry ace.
Yeah.
But
Because he's on the ace again.
yeah. When he was on the ace, he was being too passive, and I think what you pointed out is that with going on the Finka and with playing the role a bit more aggressively, he's been able to do much better work. So he has to continue doing that. You know, we saw him go back on ace. He's back on ace now, but that doesn't mean he can't frag. It's a very good gun. You just gotta like actually take the fights. So as long as he keeps doing what he's been doing on the Finka, can certainly close this out 7-5. Of course, Blue Jays, they had 2 match point opportunities. That has shrunk down to 1 now. ZXC looking to close this out in 2 maps, looking to go OT. They don't want to have to deal with a 3rd map. But Blue Jays, they, of course, don't want to have to deal with overtime. They don't want to fight for their existence in the upper bracket once again. So just close it out here. Take us to map 3. Or start. Gotta make sure that they keep their nerves in this.
Same sightlines from the top of Shrine that teared apart the attacking last time. When they were on this side, onto the Shrine.
Right, so it could be scary for North Star. They have to make sure that they're dealing with that sightline accordingly, and you can see Pavlov once again going for some walls early. Is there a mute on the board this time? Yes, there is again.
Yes, there is.
I think he's struggling with that. Yeah. Just need to get rid of these jammers. That's something that bugs me about North Star. They're not able to open up these walls very quickly because they're just struggling against one single jammer. That's just bad utility clearing.
Yeah, I believe that Rex is going on. That he's droning right now. In delivery.
Look at Shiny. He has 1 reinforcement to play around. Like 1 singular reinforcement. And he's bought a minute with that, completely uncontested. Like he's sitting here just waiting for drones, waiting for somebody to just do anything. And nobody's done anything. So at the moment, he's just able to keep all this map control for free. And you can see North Stars having to rotate. They are able to do it, though. Just inside a kitchen already. Just deciding, all right, we'll rotate around, we'll get Geisha control, and we'll get Vert control. And maybe we can convert something from there. So North Star, they hit a wall, but they're not just staring at it. Instead, they're going around. Good adaptation here. Did waste a bit of time, but maybe find something here. See if the Sampi Lurk is able to find anything. Pavlov is on the balcony just waiting for an opportunity to present itself.
He's on the Nook. It's the OG one, like the OG Sampi Lurk.
The real Sampi Lurk. That's the one we've been waiting for. Somebody playing with that shotgun again. We've seen a smoke here a few times, and here comes a nade. Gets caught. A second nade coming in. 2 players with nades pre-cooked, and Sampi's able to find the pick with that nade. Sampi 1 HP, but he's able to push himself up. But that shield, no! He shoots his teammate in the back, and Nordis is able to find both the players. Retakes black control, and it's all falling apart for Blue Jays here as Kato goes down as well. No, Pavlov kills him as well after he goes into the frost mat. No.
That's 3 team kills.
That is 3 team kills for the side of North Star in this matchup alone. With 40 seconds left, we have another 2v2. These 2v2s have been going the way of ZXC, but at least on this map, we've had one single 2v2 that actually did go into, the favor of Blue Jays. And there we go, Eula able to go for a peek, able to take it down. And Nordis now, huge player, 16-7. But has to find the remaining 2 players as well. Eula's down on low HP, but Pavlov has a lot of health to work with. But that DMR can still shred. Nordis
still has one thing
trying to work with that. Plant coming down now. Cover is good from Eula. Not able to get that from Nordis. Nordis just giving away the position now.
Eula on the floor crawling.
Just trying to get past these sidelines safely, I think, and now just slowing down. Don't make any sound now. I think Eula has a weird spot. Oh, Sampi's calling the GG. All right. Bit of an early game GG. As soon as Pavlov was on rappel, he was like, all right, we're done here. Let's go to the next map, but never count out Nordis. Already gotten 16. Might as well make it 18 and keep us in this. But Probably not going to expect the prone here. Doesn't swing wide enough to see it. And while the reload is happening, goes for a wide swing, gets taken down by Eula. And there we go. Another regulation victory. This one a lot more closely fought between the two teams. Just a much better back and forth. And we are going to see all three maps as Blue Jays able to find this one. 7-5.
So there's 1-1 as well.
All right. We're going to throw it to another quick break before we head on to map 3. And we'll see you guys on the other side.
Don't give up. You will get by. The tide is turning. I feel now that you go. You're on my mind. Weathered window, overcast love. 'Cause wherever I go, there's never enough for all. Counting shooting stars that I just can't see. Surrounded by the lights always blinding me. If you look up in the night, make a wish for me. Make a wish for me. Make a wish for me. I'd really like to fly, but I don't have wings. I really need a dream, but I just can't sleep. When you look up in the night, make a wish for me. Make a wish for me. Make a wish for me. I'm counting shooting stars that I just can't see. Surrounded by the lights always blinding me. If you look up in the night, make a wish for me. Make a wish for me. Make a wish for me. I really like to fly, but I don't have wings. I really need a dream, but I just can't sleep. When you look up in the night, make a wish for me. Make a wish for me. Make a wish for me.
Faint lights in the distance, the thin line that separates your shadows from my soul. As these walls begin to fold, head lost in the silence, cold stars illuminate the secrets on your tongue and the poison in my lungs. Where every passage ends, a new road begins. The further I descend, your labyrinth. Blind eyes in the darkness, frail hands reaching out, sword echoes in the smoke as the doors behind me close. No cure for the madness, each turn tangled in the fear of losing sight of the slowly fading light.
All right, everyone, we're right back to it. Map 3 between North Star and ZXC would look like might be a very quick affair from the side of ZXC. Slowly started turning into a bit more of a competitive match as North Star just pulling it together on the side of Skyscraper, able to close it out 7-5 just before overtime hit. And so we're gonna go all the way. Gonna need all 3 maps. Gonna see a Ying ban again, so North Star choosing to keep the same ban over from Skyscraper. And in the meantime, just, Selberg,
Yeah.
get me some opinions on how you think this third map might go, Chalet.
I really like Chalet as a map in the whole. Like, it's a really good competitive map to play. It's some sort of like hard to play, I believe, because there's a lot to keep track on. But the Soul is going to be really helpful to ban, so they can pre-place their drones correctly and not really lack in those power positions, that exist on this map. Because you have top blue. Top blue is a really good power position. Also, suicide on library is a really good position to play in. But if the teams know how to counter it, then it will be a hard time for you. But overall, I think it's going to be a good map. Might be one-sided, might be not. It's up to them to see what happens.
I mean, at the moment, very, very difficult to tell. So bans have come through now in the meantime. Azami getting taken out, very, very powerful operator on a lot of different maps. And we did see a lot of impact coming out from the Azami on Skyscraper. This time around on Chile, not going to be able to see it. And we've also seen a Thatcher ban. This time there's a Kaid in play and Thatcher's banned out. So we might just be able to see the Moroccan man for the first time in this matchup this evening. And very quickly, for anybody that's been watching the previous 2 maps as well, just gonna point out, you may have noticed it already, we've got Edister in the server. So BJAYS making a substitution between maps, choosing to take Katu out and put Edister in. I'm not sure what the idea behind the decision is, if it was just Edister is now available, we're putting him back on the main lineup, or if maybe they even said, let's put Edister in, he's here now, and Kato maybe hasn't been performing well, there's been some issue with Kato, maybe he has to go, I'm not sure, it's just speculation, but what I can go off of is Edister, he can potentially have some huge impact, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him in. And Kato was a player that I wanted to see more of on Skyscraper as well, so just a lot of potential for North Star here. We'll see how it pans out. In the meantime, ZXC, of course, continuing with the same roster and continuing with Nordis still playing. And Nordis has been so massive on Skyscraper. 16 kills, almost able to find that clutch in the last round. Very unfortunate that Nordis doesn't find it, but still a player that you have to reckon with here for the side of BJAYS. As we move into round 1, a bit of control gain, somebody already inside the building.
Yeah, we saw a small pick there from, I believe it was Yula, the Valkyrie, onto K9 window. Sampi takes out...
Oh, Sampi lurk! Oh.
Sampi gets refragged directly after.
He tried running away from Kasiposha and ran straight into the open and waiting arms of somebody. So he did find a pick that is good, you're able to find the Dokkaebi, so there's no calls coming out, there's no cams being hacked or anything. So him dropping his phone doesn't matter, which is very good. So he did really find, I think, the most impactful frag you could find other than maybe the Hard Breacher. And so, getting traded out, maybe not so bad. Able to find the opener. With a minute and 40, ZXC just need to start rotating around, put some pressure on some of these players. And, very importantly, get the main wall open as Kasi able to just connect onto Edister. New man in the server. First time around, just gonna get taken out by Kasi immediately. These nades from Kasiposha have been just absolutely ruthless.
We saw that on the prep phase that Edister actually put the electric claw outside the wall onto Ivy there, where you see that Ace tossed the charge on the wall into office. He actually put it on top of the beams.
Shiny, able to just take down Pavlov inside of that rotate, and I think Yeah, you're very right with where those Kaid claws have been placed. That Thatcher ban, of course, has a lot of thought behind it, as Eula is able to take down Nordis. Must have been a bit of information, or at least a guess as to a player inside of Ivy. So Eula trying to take that fight with another player outside. They do know that he's out there. The other players inside of Ivy as well. Yeah, there's some red pings coming out. They definitely have information on these two remaining attackers. And now opening up the wall, we'll have to make the gridlock move. On teammate, but it does open up a rotate to try and get into the site from here, because they couldn't open up the walls, but they can still get inside a site. And Kazi able to start getting that plant down. Shiny now has to cover against two players. And the C4 coming out, it isn't wide enough. So now, one player on black, another player inside of office, able to take down that player. Shiny now just has to cover for Eula. Eula has wasted his C4. Nothing to play with. He has to try and find that pick, and Shiny's able to find it. And despite not being able to get the wall open, ZXC are still able to just problem solve their way through Piano and through that wall into office, and they're able to take the first round once again.
Yeah, we've been seeing ZXC taking a lot of the first rounds in the matchup. But it was really a good play from the Valkyrie there from Eula, getting those kills, or that kill, I believe, onto the ace. But it wasn't enough to close the round out. Also, opening up the office wall with the floor charge is really good. So they can get a rotate into the site and plant on the default.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the type of problem solving that ends up winning your rounds, you know. The round kind of fell apart for ZXC, and they couldn't get the main wall open because of those Kaid claws. Again, very good ban phase for BJAYS, playing that properly. And Edister bringing the Kaid, but doesn't matter. Just problem solve your way in the middle of the round, and ZXC have proven that they're capable of doing that. And so BJAYS, they said, you know what, these Kaid claws, they've been really working well for us. We want to try this one more time. Maybe don't get caught out in the mid round, because the early round wasn't too bad. Sampi was able to find a 1-for-1 trade. Was able to take down, you know, I think one of the most important attackers before getting taken down himself, and playing that 4v4 should be comfortable for Northstar, but something goes wrong in the mid round, and this is the story for, I think, just all of T4, but especially in this matchup today, we've seen just the mid round being very chaotic, and sometimes that favors the team that is able to just thrive in that chaos a little more, and I think overall we've seen ZXC be the one that stays on top in situations like these when it gets very cloudy on where some of these players are.
Yeah.
Meantime, Eula now getting called out as well, so on the roam,
And
a lot of information.
Of course, Sampi in the basement.
Of course, Sampi in the basement. And Eula now getting hunted, stuck inside a stock.
The Gridlock Pro.
That is a good thing to say. And Eula, there we go, trying to take that fight, is able to finally find that, but does get taken down in return as well. So Venom, once again, a 1-for-1 trade. This time, he's the one to trade instead of the one that gets traded. So now, able to hack the cams, and this is what I said, you know, last time around it was the perfect pick to find, but now you've got the cams hacked. And this is huge, especially considering that there's a Valkyrie in play. Now you're gonna know where all of them are.
There's the floors again, opening up that rotate, same as they did in round 1.
Yeah, this time a lot earlier. They were like, all right, last time around we had a problem with that, so this time let's problem solve it earlier. And they're still trying to find the Kaid claws with the Reteros. They have no idea where these Kaid claws are. They're struggling to find them, and they're not able to get the walls open. Nordes is just staring at an electrified wall. This is a huge problem for ZXC.
Pablo taking out the little drone from the floors there. Also, the Nomad of somebody on the big window repel to close out some of the engagements that we have.
Oh, they found one. They found one of the claws. I think they might have gotten the one that was outside. Wait, it's electrified again. How did they open up this? It's electrified. What did they do?
Impact DMPs on the...
Oh, Venom had an impact DMP. Okay, so they must have at least gotten close enough to figure out... Oh, there's a shoulder. Nordis almost finds that player. Sampi taking a lot of damage, and somebody also getting a kill in the meantime. Now a 2v4. These are a little dangerous from Northstar. We've seen them pull back quite a few 2v4s. But, of course, 40 seconds. Now the wall is open. ZXC are going to be able to get in. Nordis going to run deep to try and get a plant down with better cover here behind the bomb. Rexy down below just holding onto somebody. In all likelihood, plant is going to come down. There's no denial here. Oh, there is a yellow ping. Almost able to find that, but no. Trying to shoot through the floor. Rexy does get taken down by Venom. And so now it's only down to Sampi. He's able to find the first onto Shiny, who's trying to flank onto him. Given away by that Fender gadget, by the F-Naught. Now,
It's your
just half HP to work with. He has the C4 in pocket, but there's still that big window repel player.
Something needs to get those exits. It only gets one for the round, and ZXC takes the round again. Really good.
Trying to double down on this side. I liked it because the ZXC still are struggling with dealing with the Kai claws, but this time around the Dokkaebi stayed alive, and so the impact EMPs are the ones that are going to allow at least a little breach into the wall so that you can rotate through it. And ZXC just doing the same thing, but a little better, a little more optimized, and North Star not adapting enough, and that is going to cost them. And once again, ZXC are up 2-0. I think they've done this on all 3 maps so far. They always get off to a good start. The question is, how does North Star answer this?
We're gonna see the bar site this time, and they're gonna bring a decent normal setup. The Jaeger on top blue, and also the mirror in stock, and the Thorn for the shield, I believe, to play top blue. Also the Wamai, of course, either playing Mess or top blue. And Legion for the extra intel of the goo mines and the plant denial.
I mean, Legion right now is just such a... it's one of those characters that you can just pick every time, because the T5 is so fun to play with. And then you have impacts, you have like 9 goo mines that do damage, slow people down, give you info. There's so many things that this gadget does. It's so useful as long as you stay alive for a bit. And then he has like the secondary shotgun and the impacts as well. There's just so much util on that operator, and on top of that the huge gun. So there's no reason not to pick Legion on pretty much every single site.
I believe the Legion is going to get droned out here by the attackers.
Oh, Venom! All right, a big swing onto Pavlov early on is able to take him down. That's the Wamai gone. Yeah. I don't know why Wamai is over here in the early round taking a fight outside the trophy window, but that is 2 magnets or 3 magnets that they have to deal with less over on that blue side if they do decide to go for a top floor clear. And now Yula getting pressured as well over from that west main side.
And also
See
from
if
above.
he's gonna stay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he is getting pressured from up above. He will have to drop the hatch here. Question is, does he go back? Yes. At the moment, okay, he's just gonna hide inside of Wine for a bit and maybe go for a late flank. And so somebody doing good work on top floor, just clearing out that position. So now that ZXC have first floor control. And BJAYS also not contesting that side on top floor. Just office not really being contested.
And of course, the Flores takes out the blue shield because no one is playing on it. So that's going to be a free take, basically. Because no one's going to play in the blue stairs when there's not a shield there.
Oh, the timing here. You can see Kazi Pasha was holding this flank up until recently, and then Yula comes in right after Kazi rotates out and goes top floor, and Sampi's able to find one elsewhere as well. I think that must have been on top blue right before the nades started singing in, so overextending here. They do gain Ivy control. Kazi Pasha is inside of Ivy, and Library has been largely vacated. I think they've just given up on that entirely. North Star just giving up complete top floor control, conceding that. And so despite despite having man advantage, they give up top floor completely, and that's going to allow Wordplay to come in. This is going to make it very easy for ZXC to maybe try and put together some form of execute. Of course, they still have to deal with the mirror window.
There's no nades and no flashbangs on the side of ZXC here, so it could be a bit of a bummer to clear this mirror out of stock if they don't put some X-Kairos on the mirror itself. But they have one guy playing in bar, I believe, so he can shoot them off. Yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah, he's trying to blow up the wall. I don't know if that was close enough from Shiny.
I don't think so.
But they will just have to dry push this, and there we go. Rexy's able to win the gunfight onto the hatch, as Kazi Pasha is able to find a pick onto Sampi as well. So man advantage maintained in the favor of North Star, but only just about with a 1-for-1 trade. This favors them, of course, as Kazi is able to find a double kill for himself into the round. So Rexy just overstaying inside of bar, able to find one, but now it's only down to Shiny. Shiny has to deal with this player inside of bar, but now this goo mines left, right, and center. He will have to pull up because he doesn't have enough HP. And so Edister alone, and now Plant will have to be coming through. Edister, there we go, he falls off of it. Pros don't stay, give him that kill.
Yeah.
Let Edister have that one. All right, Edister, the new man brought into the game, is able to keep himself alive and able to win the 1v1 for the first round on the side of North Star. As they now finally win their very first site, and now they can go over to Kitchen Dining to see if they can maybe win a third.
Yep,
As
And
in
we see-
a third different bomb side, not winning a third. They only won one round so far.
We see the same kind of lineup almost, except for the thermite. I think they didn't bring it. They had the ace last time, if I'm not mistaken. From the side of ZXC.
Yep. A very, very common adaptation to see a thermite brought over on kitchen because there's two really big walls that you need to deal with. And on top of that, thermite does bring some nice opportunity for either flashbangs or smokes that you're just not going to have access to on ace, or even Habana if you want smokes.
And we see a top floor extend from the side of North Star here. And also the Fenrir bringing in the F-Nats to cover the flanks of Westminsters. Also they have a beeper there, so they know if
Stacking
someone's
up beautiful.
flanking. Yeah. But overall it looks like a solid defense.
Oh, I see a Grim. Shiny. He switched off the Florist and went into the Grim instead. I like that.
Yeah.
I wonder what they're going to do with that. A Grim could always indicate that it might be a faster take, but the rest of the lineup looks very standard, so
Yeah.
maybe just trying to clear out like one or two corners where it might be useful. And Venom with a very early call. Once again, just calling out to make sure that there's nobody lurking anywhere. These phone calls are so huge in giving you map control, because you just pop that gadget, and then you can run around and see if you hear anybody close to you.
And of course
And at the moment, not the case.
Of course the gridlock here with the tracks.
And
Cover
nades.
from-
The new
and
nades
nades.
on the gridlock, at least before the nerds... the nerds. Okay, the Freudian slip. At least before the nades get nerfed. That's what I was trying to say. Next patch, those nades are very, very useful. And even next patch, you're not going to be able to cook them anymore, but the fuse time is going to be quite low, so you can't do what Kasi is doing right now, which is clear utility and try and find vert picks with these depth charges. But at the very least, you can still use them to clear positions.
I believe that they can open up the bottom wall, like the kitchen wall, because they can just nade above the wall and try to get it at least. I don't know if it's on the top of the wall.
What happened
Where's-
there?
Where is it?
That EMP did not connect. It's,
it's
yeah,
on the-
okay,
oh.
it's on the shelf. Okay.
Okay.
That's a very standard position.
They
And
got
it gets naded. All right. They cleared it with a nade from down below. Oh, but
Sumpy.
Sumpy from down below, from bottom main stairs, is able to find that pick.
On the thermite
Oh,
as well.
that's
They didn't even
huge.
get the. They didn't even get the wall open.
Yeah, Nordis did not press the trigger on that charge because Nordis got caught in the process of putting it down. The diffuser down has to be recovered by Kasi. Opening pick goes into the favor of North Star, and what a pick to do. I said, you know, in the very first round, he found Dokkaebi. I said the only better pick you could find was the hard breacher, and so Sumpy is like, all right, don't mind if I do that. And now, man advantage still in the favor of North Star as a 1-for-1 comes through. Pavlov is dead. So is somebody, though. So now
Rexy is a
Kasi,
bit
he has an
far.
idea about Rexy. He's gonna have to try and deal with that, but for now, Rexy can keep himself safe, but he swings out for some reason, gets caught out. He could have played for a bit more time there, but Kasi just catching him out, equalizes back into a 3-on-3, and with 30 seconds left, just now pushing top floor, walking into ghoul mines, walking into F-Knots. This is going to be really difficult for ZXC to try and execute, and Edister is just gonna continue falling back. He doesn't need to push anything here, but Shiny! He's able to find a pick inside of the site. I don't know if that was from Verts. I think
probably
it must
from
have
the
been from the hatch, yeah.
Yeah.
And Kasi's able to find another. Suddenly it's only down to Sampy. How is ZXC able to put this together? Shiny's able to find the last as well, and Sampy gets taken down. It's ZXC, they find another round. How does this happen?
It looked so good from the beginning of the side of North Star, and then it just crumbles like a cookie into the late round. If Rexy played a bit more time there in the corner of office, there might be a chance for either Edister to rotate down correctly and not letting them take the hatch control so they can get the killing kitchen.
Yeah, and also getting caught by the hatch. Like, yeah, I agree with that. Like, if you could have just wasted like 5 more seconds on top floor, maybe this round would have turned out differently because ZXC would have been under more pressure. And on top of that, just don't give them the pick onto the hatch. If you're gonna concede top floor control, you gotta consider that somebody's gonna be on the hatch, especially if you have it open. So I'm not really sure why the player inside the kitchen goes down. And so North Star throwing away a round that by all means should have gone their way. And ZXC able to go up 3-1. If they can get another round here and close out at least a 4 2 or maybe even a 5-1 split, this is gonna be really, really dire for North Star. I don't really see North Star getting back into this if they have to move on to the attack. They have this few rounds.
We see them go back to the same site that they lost, with the same lineup, I believe.
Attackers are
No
heading
lesion
out
this
to
time,
the
though.
bomb.
I don't know if... No, we don't have the lesion last time. That's my fault.
We did. In the previous round, we did.
Oh,
in
yeah.
kitchen, but either way, I think very similar setup still coming through. We do have a smoke this time around.
Same entry from Venom there towards Mud Room. With the Dokkaebi call. Really early map control there from the side of Venom. He sees his speed.
Ooh.
Ooh.
All right, Sampi, early pick, goes untraded, able to find Kasiposha. That is a bunch of flank watch gone. That is 2 nades that die in the pocket of Kasiposha. Huge
And also-
opening pick to find. Sampi's been doing really well in these opening fights. He's been getting massive utility for North Star, but they're just not able to convert it. Oh, there's a ping. There's a yellow ping. What?
Oh, nice
Where's
ping.
the info there? Where's the info there? Your teammate yellow pinged a prone angle for you on those punch holes. What is the info game there for North Star, or rather for ZXC? How does that not? What are you doing?
That's a lot of flank watch gone and nades. And of course a good gun, especially on the gridlock. It's a really good gun in my opinion. But now it's also the calls gone from the Dokkaebi, and but mostly importantly the impact EMPs, of course. And
Right,
it's stays.
Those nades are not connecting onto anything. They landed in between Rexy and the bandit wires and didn't get either. That is bad. That is just a very, very unfortunate nade.
Rexy
Very
takes
bad for the side of
damage
ZXC.
Actually taking some damage off of somebody there. The sledge. That's gonna push Ivy now. He still thinks Rex is still in that corner, like he should be.
Oh, Nordis. In the meantime, able to find Sampi. As quickly as he's able to gain leads, he's able to just toss them back away for the side of North Star. It's
I don't
the
know if
duality
he
of the Sampi.
I don't know if the sledge saw the camera. He was looking at the Valkyrie camera, but didn't shoot it. He just shot the Fenrir.
Yeah, he looked directly at the Valcam trying to find the Fenrir gadget, and he got the Fenrir gadget, but didn't get the Valcam, I don't think. It's again unlucky.
Again, Rex is still upstairs in the office. Playing.
Yeah, and this time around they're not even contesting him. They're gonna try and brute force their way through jungle. But Pavlov, he's picked the smoke. This is a very good choice to switch onto this smoke. So now he's gonna just start using the smoke canisters. This is gonna waste a lot of time, but Nordes is putting it together once again for ZXC.
Ooh.
Whenever it looks unrecoverable, Nordes comes out of nowhere, and there we go, double kill. It's a 2v2. Not a whole lot of
Rex
time
is
left,
still
but
up
now
there.
they're inside of the side. Rexy, if he gets the right vert holes, he can try and deny the plant. He has enough vert holes here, but he has to be careful that he doesn't get shot through the ceiling. Just needs to keep himself alive. Nordis is going to go for a plant inside of kitchen. The question is the control there for it? Edister trying
Rex
to
is
push
on the
himself in,
hatch.
but there's a
Oh,
reinforcement.
Rexy.
Oh, Rexy. All right. All right, the hatch
on the
control
hatch.
there. What previously cost them the round this time around is the thing that gives them the round. That was a weird way to say that. And Blue Jays North Star able to find at least one more round, able to find some more salvage. If they can make this a 3-3 half, then, I mean, we have everything in the cards. So just good recovery for them. And even a 4-2 isn't the end of the world, but at the moment, North Star, they're really going to look and see if they can try to just at least lock out bar.
And I believe it was Rexy that died inside of kitchen the first round, but now we got the kill from the kitchen hatched as well. So it goes 2 ways around, you know.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Round and round we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sampi AFK.
I think
Is he doing the G2?
doesn't want to set up.
The location of a bomb.
Yeah. He's not feeling it, you know?
No.
They could have called attack timeout if he was going to be AFK. He could have told it. Nice skin. Just gonna very slowly inspect Sampi. This man, I think, perfectly encapsulates the duality between North Star doing well and doing poorly. I think he is a contributing factor to it, of course, because he's on the team, number one, obviously. But number two, I think he encapsulates what the entire team does and what the mentality of the team does a lot. Because sometimes he goes on lurk roams, he's able to find a kill, pull himself back, and then play around the teammates for another trade. And they really start clearing other teams out, like, very effectively. Or he just goes off on his own into positions that no one should be in and dies.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with North Star. It's like sometimes the teamwork is there, and sometimes there's a yellow ping, like we saw with ZXC,
Yeah.
and then there's just no communication, and you die to a punch hole that was called.
Somebody droning up. I think it's gonna be a solar push here. Maybe. I'm not sure.
Well, this is what
already see
somebody did
someone.
last time. He droned himself in fully on top floor because it's not being contested, and then he does vert holes onto kitchen dining to clear out the players there. You can see Nordes getting in early, getting that wall open to try and get long angles to throw some utility downrange onto blue, to try and get that default cam as well. So just going through the steps at the moment, doing very default setups. Shiny, all right, beautiful with that, just with that Flores drone, the Rotero, able to take down the shield, and that's. I mean, it doesn't matter how many magnets and ADSs you have. If there's one Rotero drone on top of it, see ya.
Doesn't really matter. Oh, I
Oh,
thought he
geez,
killed him.
Rexy. Oh, no. Venom
I
is the
thought
one that
Rex-
finds the opening pick elsewhere onto Jula, but for some reason, Rexy is just not able to connect onto those picks inside of Office. Now he opens up the mirror window for himself to play a reverse angle through the mirror window, as now the push comes through, and just at the wrong time, the timing there is poor. As one player crosses, now he's able to find the pick onto the Hibana. And now there's some kills coming back and forth as somebody connects with the nade onto, I think that must have been Blues does. Now in a 3v3, they still should have a rough idea of Rexy. He should still be on top floor
Hack's
somewhere.
close,
Gotta
12.
clear him out. I just saw.
Oh,
it
they
just
opened it
got
for-
open. It might be too late though, as no, actually Rexy's able to find the pick. Edister finds one as well. And so despite the hatch being opened late and kind of leaving Rexy to die, he just wins the fight and says, nope, I'm not in here with you, you're in here with me. And just like that, turns it around. Venom, last player alive, gonna try and take a fight with the Goo-Mine in his foot. Almost dies to it, 1 HP now. One more Goo-Mine's gonna do the trick. There's one more Goo-Mine anywhere that Venom steps into. We're gonna have a Goo-Mine kill at the end of the round, at the end of the half. And what an insult to injury that would be for ZXC.
I think they're gonna do a bit of a tactical timeout here to talk through what they're gonna do next round, or the next half, I would say, for the defense.
Yeah, now's a good time to take a timeout, you know? You go into the other half, might as well consider, you know, what do you want to do on defense? Especially when you're on the attack and switch to defense, you can really talk it through. You can be like, where do you want to go first? What strat do you want to do? Do you want to do any, like, different altercations? And, all right, Venom able to find one. Sampy just getting swung into as well, able to find that. The Blue Jays kind of giving him 1v1 fights, but of course, he's very low on HP. It's going to be difficult for Venom to try and close this out. Still dangerous to give him some of those solo fights. But
Especially
North
with
Star,
the
they
DMR.
equalize. It's a 3v3. We've managed to stabilize a little bit, and just like on Skyscraper, we have a much better back and forth between the teams.
Especially taking those 1v1s with the DMR. It's like 2 shots and you're dead, basically.
Yeah, if you jiggle peek with that DMR, you can kill people before they even see you. And it doesn't even have to be a headshot. I mean, it's a one-shot headshot game. Technically, with any gun, you can kill like immediately, but it's better to have an op than a pistol.
Yeah. We see the ZXC going for a basement for Snowmobile and bringing a Tachanka, which is really unusual to see, and opening up some lines of sights on the garage walls. Into
It's very high up. It's not even. I think what they're trying to do is not even lines of sight between the sites. It's just like angles for him to shoot like the Shumicha through, so that he can just start opening up fire on onto the main breach, so that they can't get a plant through. The question is, did they practice angles? Like, I feel like with Tachanka, the reason he doesn't get played so much is because you kind of have to know how to angle your Shumicha to safely shoot it. Because it's kind of slow to pull out and then shoot with it, even though they have sped it up in some patches and buffed Tachanka through the roof. And he's still not being played that much.
We see dining extend as well, I believe, with some lines of sight onto the stairs. Adams.
The eternal Pavlovian problem of sitting in front of a wall that has one singular mute jammer and the entire rest of the team's not dealing with it. What is going on with North Stars on that? It's one jammer. Bring somebody with impact EMPs or somebody with a nade to clear it out, or just bring a Twitch or something. I don't know why they always have Pavlov sitting in front of a closed wall.
Sampy getting a bit of a... Oh, Sampy getting trade? No? Or getting shot at least.
Oh, he just
almost
dies.
gets
He nearly
there.
gets traded by Kasi, but more Venom. Alright, Venom instead gonna find Rexy, so we're in a 5v3. Venom and Kasi Pasha have taken massive amounts of damage in these altercations, but they're both still alive, and there we go. Pavlov is able to take down one.
And Yula.
Yula is able to take down Nordis as well. And suddenly we've equalized. And Kazi still low HP. Think is still on the board. We've got the 2 hard breachers still alive. Flashbangs. There's so much utility still left on Northstar. They haven't lost much. The IQ isn't a big loss. Other than, of course, that there's going to be Valcams left alive in late round. But from the looks of it, the Valcams are all off-site. So when the site execute comes through, that's not really going to matter for ZXC. That's not that important.
They have a BP on the wall there, above the little...
And they have 2 nades to clear it with, so far not that big of a problem. As long as they know that it's there. It's a pretty default one, and they might even go for a backside execute. They can just ignore Snowmobile. Oh, holding that road. Okay, so somebody by all means should be stuck here. As long as they're holding the hatch properly, somebody is going to be here. They're going to know that he's here. Of course, they're playing like a rotate and an extend with 2 ADSs and the shield. So just... the question is ZXC going to opt to rotate around, or are they going to try and deal with him? Because if they push blue, they go into another shield. But Edister's planting. He just rotated around and he started planting. Eula's able to find Kazi. Eula's able to find Shiny as well as somebody takes down Pavlov. Another plant is through. Somebody's trying to find that, but Edister, he gets the plant, he gets the kill. And a huge round for them.
Oh,
all right. The substitute, the new player swapped in for Kato, is the one that puts it down. Good round for Northstar, and they take the lead.
Yeah. It looked a bit dire in the beginning, getting that Sampi got first picked, and then Rexy got killed as well from the side of Trophy.
Venom.
Yep. Venom just smoked him off that trophy window. But they pulled it back. I think they stayed up too long upstairs in dining, because Pavlo got a frag on the Valkyrie, and then it just went downwards after that.
Yeah, absolutely. And just overstaying when you have this big man advantage. Could have pulled back the side, especially with all the shields and the ADSs that were there. There was still some utility left. I mean, Edister still had 3 flashbangs, but that was a good read from Northstar. Like, in that 3v3, they were like, okay, there's a shield here, there's a shield here, there's loads of util on this side. Let's just go around, go down main, and just plan next to the shelf. There's no way they can deny as long as you drop the hatch into connector and play your life, Eula. That's exactly what they do. And they're able to find a very comfortable execute. And I like this. This is some ingenuity. You're adapting to your opponents. You're looking at what they do and you're countering it perfectly. And
I really like that.
Seen a lot more of that on the past 2 maps compared to Clubhouse, because Clubhouse really was just Northstar not playing the game for the most part.
Ooh, almost catching the head of the player in dining there. I believe it was the Jaeger, maybe. They couldn't really see. But I really like the lines of sight that they did on West Main. They shot to the bottom of the shelf from one of the windows, you know?
Yeah,
here.
Right here on Venom.
Yeah. So if you walk up West Main, you're gonna see the guy if he's standing on the window or like bolted in the window. Sampi takes a lot of damage from the frost, I believe.
Venom's still playing. Venom found success on this angle last time. Did take a lot of damage, and so he just really likes it. He wants to play it again. Sampi in the meantime, once again, we've got the Sampi lurk, but this time it's up above because the site is basement. So you can see the great adaptation coming out from a genius like Sampi. Able to go just, if they're top, I go bottom. If they're bottom, I go top. But Pavlov just pushes in, takes down somebody, not really expecting anybody to push in from Fridge. So now Venom will have to come down on West Main stairs to try and deal with this. Able to see the drone. Drone turns around to see him. He has to deal with it. Now he's going to go back to his old position. Just at the moment, bit of stalling coming through from Northstar, but they're just really trying to make sure they get the information necessary, and a jammer is going to try and deny that.
Does he know that there's 2 frostmats on that window?
Oh, I wonder if he does know. He should have droned it, because the drone went into a jammer after that. And in the meantime, Pavlov, all right, Pavlov is starting to do work here. Able to find 2 picks for himself. And now in a 5v3. Rotating around, all right, again, I like this from Northstar. He's able to find 2 picks on that side. They know that the Thermite is in Big Garage. They have to worry about it. They're very concerned about a wine execute. And now we're just rotating back to front side. Nordis, in the meantime, able to find a pick onto Rexy, though. Nordis, once again, putting in work. Double kill. One onto Sampi as well. Able to see a third, trying to go down main. Does a lot of damage, but Eula, in the meantime, is inside of blue. Is able to take down Kazi Posha. Edister going for the plant in the same spot as last time, and Nordis is locked out of the site. There's some firebolts coming in, but I'm not sure if they're going to connect onto that place. Pavlov on a triple. able to find Shiny as well. It's only down to Nordes. 1 HP, plant is down. They've got control outside on the breach. So Nordes does spot the
Gonna run out the
thermite.
breach.
It's gonna run out for it. Come on, get him! Yes! Pavlov goes down, avoids dying to the thermite charge on the way back in. Nade being cooked now, being primed. No, actually put back away. Eula just gonna keep that one for a rainy day. And oh, Nordes on a quad is able to find the player through the floor. Headshot onto Edister. Now starting to stick through the diffuse. Eula's gonna have to try and get onto this. Is Nordes gonna be able to get this in time?
No
Nordes
way.
is gonna stick it! A quad kill! And basically an ace clutch just keeps the last player alive, opting to defuse instead, and somehow Nordes puts it together. ZXC are staying in the game. They tie it back up. How are you allowed to do that, Nordes? That is illegal.
1 HP as well. And
A 1 HP, 1v3 with a headshot wallbang through the floor off of a yellow ping.
and
Criminal.
The run.
Yeah, that run out was insane. I mean, it's a free pick. That run out's a free
Yeah.
kill. There's no way you're going to expect that when you're the third.
believe-
Still.
If the Finker was just more, what do you call it, active on the peak, you know, on blue,
Yeah.
for the bridge, he would have gotten on this fall back into the bridge again. Now we see a bar here with the castle bringing out, and they're gonna castle off the double door towards Jungle Short, which can cause a bit of a trouble for them. But if Northstar does everything right, because then it's basically almost free to walk into the fireplace. You just need to keep an eye on mess, basically, and on the bar door, of course.
5 seconds left.
I'm shooketh at the clutch from Nordes side. I can't believe you're allowed to do that. So great. It's
Library hatch reinforced as well.
I've seen that once or twice with both hatches reinforced. You just play a much more light top floor hold, and if you do lose control, you're like, okay, whatever. They're gonna have to open up the hatches, and in most cases, you know, they're gonna
Oh, I
expend
know.
most
I
of
know
the Hibana
exactly.
pellets.
Know exactly what
What
they're
is
doing. It's putting a
are they
shield
doing?
into Ivy onto piano door to hold like a side.
Ah, okay.
Hey, they did that. They fixed that stuff. Because you can just repel on the K9 and just shoot through the wall and wallbang
Oh.
the guy on the door.
Pavlov is confused. He doesn't know where the shield is. He's gonna waste at least one. You could have taken down that frost mat. I guess
Yes,
he didn't
you can
spot
just
it
get
properly.
wallbang. You see, they reinforced
Yeah.
one of the K9 wall and the opposite wall, and he's gonna play behind that shield.
Okay, another Fenrir Gadget going. I think that clears out a frost mat, but the shield is still up. That's what I'm worried about. You have those drones. Use the Roteros to get rid of that shield. Not sure why it hasn't been spotted out yet already. Rexy now on a long angle as well, trying to play cutoff on piano. There's a player, I think, over on closet side as well. So ZXC playing this very entrenched, like, office side hold with Venom holding the hatch as well for big window, in case they need it. Here comes the Sampy lurk, trying to go up west main. But I think
Ooh, nice
Venom has a
nade.
rough idea about it. Good nade. Now, there we go. Sampy's able to win that fight. Despite
But
Venom
somebody-
having an idea, I don't think he expected him to be that aggressive. And so first two
Somebody's
picks go
on the
to North
flank.
Star.
Somebody's on the flank here. Oh, Sampy knows about it. Sampy knows about it.
Yeah,
I
he's
think-
holding.
Yeah.
This is going to come down to timing. Sampy might look away at the wrong time. No, actually,
Yes.
somebody's going to disengage.
Yeah.
Sampy, they're in a 5v2. Sampy has the comfort of just being able to hold that. You've got so many players alive that somebody else can drone, somebody else can, you know, push forward, and you can still have somebody just active on flank. And there we go, Nordes.
Nordes
All right,
again.
good pick onto Eula. Just Eula solo pushing into it. Has that shield been moved?
No. The shield
Oh
was
no,
always
it's still over there. Oh, it's still over there. I thought it was closer to blue. I'm imagining
Oh,
things. And
nice shot
Rexy,
from
all
Rexy.
right, okay. Nordes not allowed
Oh,
to play
he
the
knows.
game anymore. Not gonna do that
okay.
again. And Rexy with
Really
a
well
double
played
kill
from them.
closes it out.
Really well played from them there. Especially Rexy getting that kill on the top blue stairs.
Okay,
Yes,
a lot of back and forth now. We've seen just the score even up, and it goes back into the favor of North Star. So what started out very bleak for North Star, this is now overall the third time that they've taken the lead in this series, and so doing a lot better here, both on Chile and Skyscraper. Really liking the level of play that is coming out now from either side. Some exciting siege.
Yeah.
Attackers need to locate.
ZXC still on defense. They might be lagging behind, but they still have some opportunities to do Some exciting stuff, and especially... Is that mirror window... Are you gonna leave that open? I think they're gonna play kitchen with a mirror window facing fireplace.
Reinforce the wall!
They might do that. Yeah, that wall's still soft. I think they might keep it soft.
Or this is having a bit of a struggle going into the rotator. And they're gonna extend above as well with the frost mats, putting on the piano windows and I believe the solar windows as well. Reinforcing the hatch this time, so no one can get killed from it.
Yeah, ZXC, so here you can see the difference between the two teams. North Star really like keeping that hatch open. ZXC, not so much. They'd rather rotate back through solar. Of course, you can get cut off from the trophy window, but ZXC seem to be very comfortable around that window. They don't seem to care. Like, they fall back through solar no matter what, and they're gonna take the fight to the player on trophy window. They don't mind taking that. Oh no. This is the first team kill on the side of ZXC.
Yeah.
We've seen 3 from North Star throughout the matchup so far, and this is the first one from ZXC. That's unfortunate. Shiny going down early.
It's good that they put on his utility, so it's not like there were mine that died, you know. So you can get killed like that, you know. But it's not good. Oh, triple!
Nordis with a triple kill C4, just able to find pretty much the entire team. They wanted to up the ante. They said, you know what, playing 5v5 is too easy. We're gonna do it 4v5, and then a triple C4 from Nordis leaves only Rexy up as another kill comes through. And Rexy now has to try and deal with 4 opponents. He has 2 minutes. He has some yellow pings coming through. He does see the feet of one player. Somebody taking a bit of damage. Oh, he sees the head of Venom. All right. Venom peeking aggressively, gets punished by Rexy. Rexy's still alive. Now a bit of an unknown factor, but there's some sound cues. The players on the hatch most likely have heard Rexy going down below. Yep. Gonna try and rotate around. Okay, this might be a good opportunity for North Star to mentally reset. Rexy might still try to go for this clutch. It's doable, I think. But
if there's no
what a C4 from Nordis.
Might be a mirror window here. There is. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, no, can't push into that. Just has to go around.
And is there a mirror window on the wall? Oh, you might be able to see him if he walks a bit further back. Oh. No, he just missed it because he's crouched now. So Kelsey here, playing a bit of a passive role here. Inside of dining. Rex is trying to rotate away, going up main stairs, going into bar. I believe there's another mirror window on the wall in between the dining and the kitchen here.
There probably is. So if he tries to push into sight, he's going to look at 2 mirror windows. There's just no way that you're going to push this. Like, you can pre-fire the mirror window and see if you can get a pick if somebody swings into your pre-fires, but for the most part, you're just going to waste your ammo. He has 30 bullets, by the way. 15. Oh, and a C4 comes out from somebody. A C4 connects onto 3 at the start of the round. A C4 is going to end it as well. ZXC, they say, you know what, we don't need 5. We can do it with 4. They draw it back even. 5-5. We're going to see at least all 12 rounds.
I don't really know why there's 3 people on the solar rappel at the beginning of the round. I get you droning your entries in, but I don't think it's the smartest move to be 3 people on the solar rappel while there's a guy on solar stairs. Because there's gonna be a guy on solar stairs.
Yeah. I mean, that's certainly a mistake from the side of North Star, because at most, like, with very bad timing, and even then it's still kind of a mistake, you could maybe get 2 people if you throw a C4 on that window, but 3? Like, 3 people going down on that rappel together with 1 single C4, you're just stacked up too close. Like, somebody should be way further down and, like, droning. If you're gonna be on rappel with 3 people there, you should not all be just hugging the window. That's not gonna end well. And we saw exactly how it ends. So ZXC just being gifted around off the back of just pressing G once, are now moving in with confidence back into basement. Did have Nordis clutching up big time, but you can't rely on that. So see if ZXC can maybe fix their mistakes from last time, because if I remember correctly, they started out well, but there's some issues with pulling back, and then that might have been North Star. I think the previous round was the previous time that ZXC was in basement. It was Pavlov, I think, just tearing them apart over from Big Garage.
We can see.
But just don't do that. Fix that. Easy.
We can see if Rexy and Sampi can press on mouse 1 here and get the kill. Oh, as I said, that Rexy gets a kill onto Venom. He pressed mouse 1 and dragged down a bit on his mouse. But it's low on HP though, but it should be a problem because they have the Finka on board. And Finkas, they know, they have the
info is
intel
good.
of Fink. Yeah, he hasn't boosted yet. Still has his 3 charges left. He's really quick into mess.
All right. Able to find a lot of information as well. I think that Valcam inside of Ivy's still up. Yeah, it's still spotting him. They know that he's going to come down blue, but at least he did get rid of the one in Fireplace, which did cost them around thanks to Nordis getting a floor bang. So, still very important util that you're getting rid of. And an aggressive swing. There we go. Stacked up with the drone. Refragging the drone. Good job from Eula here. Wanting to make up for the clutch that ran away from him last time when Nordis clutched. So this time around, he's making up for it. 5v3. Once again, early control from North Star. They're going to comfortably set up for an execute, and Shiny's going to have to do a lot of work with those firebolts.
Once again, Nordis is inside of the dining. Like, it's his like little castle, you know? He's sitting in there. He has the reinforcements,
The fort.
barricades.
Hold down the fort.
Like he did the last round when he got the clutch. Or not the last round, but the last time they were in basement, of course.
Yeah, once again, similar setup from ZXC. So what we should see from North Star, at least somewhat similarly, is rotate the front side, get open the snowmobile breach, and get some control over on that side.
There it is again, Nordis.
Once again, here we go. This is Nordis on basement. Different beast entirely. 12 and 7 at the moment. Just so many picks with that frost. Very difficult to deal with. Pavlov. All right. Pavlov is doing Pavlov things. Nordis is doing Nordis things. But I think this time around, surely this doesn't happen again. Surely you don't let Nordis do this twice. The plant comes down. There's 40 seconds for Nordis to try and clutch this. Sees a foot, able to connect onto it. That's going to be a pain when you wake up tomorrow. That bullet in the foot, but I think Nordis, for the most part, just trying to go for maybe a salvage kill. There's no way there's going to be a retake coming through here. And so North Star is going to move to match point, an opportunity here to close it out and to go against Firebird. And yes, they will. So one match point opportunity now. We've seen them close out a 6-5 advantage before on Skyscraper. Can they do it again, or is overtime on the cards for ZXC, who are now fighting for survival, who are now fighting to stay in the upper bracket?
Really well played from both Pavlov there and Rexy, getting those 2 kills. I believe Yula got 1 as well, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong.
Yep.
But really well played there from like flooding the site. And you know there's a guy still in dining, not to contest him because it's Nordis. No one wants to contest Nordis inside of dining.
Yeah, it was good. Just ignored everyone but Nordis, got complete side control, and in a 5v1, you're not going to let Nordis do that. In a 3v1, maybe, with Eula just not going for a refrag, but essentially 5v1 because Nordis did find 1 pick as well earlier in the round, so just don't contest Nordis, just leave Nordis be.
Let him cook in the dining room. Or maybe in the kitchen, where you should cook, you know?
That makes sense. That makes way too much sense.
We see the same setup here from ZXC on the bar site. I believe he's gonna put the same shield inside of Ivy. And Kelsey's gonna play in the closet.
Once again. The question is, will Kasi come out of the closet?
No one knows. He might get naded. Again.
That would be unfortunate. I want somebody getting naded before they come out the closet.
Sampi saw the frost mat, that's good. He knows.
He's actually gonna get it. I think he's dealt with this before. He's been in this position once before, so I think this isn't anything new. I think he was expecting it. So now, okay, I mean, what was that? What a weird half-assed attempt at trying to bait out somebody. That's not gonna work. Okay, this one's better. This attempt is better. Break the barricade, make somebody come to you. And there we go. Okay, so you've gotten somebody's attention, but Sampi is rotating around. So somebody's just wasting his own time trying to peek that window at the moment. Kasi able to find the opening pick onto Edister. Edister
not in
going
the
down
clock
with a lot of
this time.
Hibana pellets. Yeah, he rotated around, able to find. Oh, that's the fuser down on the balcony, and that's the hard breacher down. I mean, the wall here is soft. The top floor control from ZXC is light because they're playing with the hatches reinforced. That is terrible. There's no hard breaching left. Sampi has flashbangs.
Oh,
So
that's-
North Star will have to go for a different approach, and you can see Sampi's trying to do it from the basement, trying to push up blue stairs. But of course now you have somebody just sitting inside of Mud. You've given Mud control over to them. Eula's able to find a pick onto Venom, finishes it with the pistol.
Somebody's just prone.
Yeah, just still proning there.
Chilling.
Gotta wait and see if Sampi maybe can strike at the right time, or if somebody's gonna step ahead of that. It's such a headache to say those two names because I might end up confusing them. And Sampi spots an opportunity onto the castle, almost connects onto it, does connect into it in the end, and there we go. Pavlov gets another pick as well. 2v4. Somebody not in position, not in range for the trade, and so Sampi just I think goes back down.
Located a bomb.
Yeah.
Nordis now inside of sight. Good
still
gun on the
have-
side of Nordis. We've got Nordis alive. We've got a good gun alive. Still complete stock control. And this is going to be a dry push from North Star into the site through some doorways. Sampi nearly getting his head taken off. Has to be careful. 40 seconds.
They have the yellow
Somebody
ping.
knows about this player, but there's also yellow
Oh.
pings here. A C4 coming out. Might connect. Doesn't quite connect onto the player up above. Now there's vert holes. This is going to be risky for somebody. There's some picks coming in. Nordis is able to find Sampi. Yet again, Nordis just playing such a huge role. Somebody as well. It's a 2v2. We might still see this clutched out. The hatches are closed. Rexy is just noticing that. With 20 seconds, has to go down blue. Eula has to go down as well into fireplace. That player still behind bar. This is going to be difficult, but Eula connects with the nade. It's down to Nordis. Nordis will have to clutch again. It's only 7 seconds. C4 comes out. Nordis knows roughly where that player is. Switches to the SMG-12.
Whoa,
Doesn't
he
connect
makes the
onto
win.
it. And Rexy, the man of the match for Skyscraper, is the one that closes us out. And Nordis so close to greatness. But no, we've got Rexy. A 2-1 win, North Star fighting back into a match that started with a 6-0 half
Yeah.
against them. And now right back in it. And next time we'll see them is still in the upper bracket, and we'll see them against Firebird.
I really. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think we should.
I'm quickly gonna.
Think about the MVP here. Rexy got those like important early picks, of course, but there was also a lot of other players, especially like Nordis on that the clutch on downstairs basement on Chalet.
A very quick question to production: do we give one MVP for the match? One, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was going to consider for Chalet, I think Edister did do a lot of work ultimately. I would love to give the MVP to Nordis, but they didn't end up winning. If Nordis would have gotten that 1v1 clutch, I definitely would have given it to Nordis. But I think all things considered, yeah, probably Rexy. Rexy had a slow start, but on Skyscraper, he was instrumental in winning some of the rounds. And he just won that 1v1 to close out the game in regulation. So I'll give it to Rexy because Sampi had some plays here and there that worked out well, and the rest of the team pulling their weight. I think Pavlov here on Chalet as well, but overall it has to be Rexy simply because of that Skyscraper. I'll give it to Rexy.
Yeah, I'll say Rexy as well because of the Skyscraper, of course, but also the Chalet. He put a lot of the entry picks.
Yeah,
and the final kill there.
yeah.
but-
We can't give it to Eula because Eula threw that 3v1. There's just you shouldn't allow Nordis to do that, and you have allowed Nordis to do that. It made for a great clip. I'm very happy that it happened because man, was that exciting. But can't let that happen, Eula. You shouldn't be cooking an aid there. You should just hold the angle because Nordis gets a kill outside a breach. How do you allow Nordis to run back in and get back in safely? Just trade it, please.
Yeah, so overall we say Rex is the MVP of this matchup.
All right, and that does it for our match today. That's the one match that we had on the cards here. An exciting BO3 that did actually go all three maps, almost went all the way. We've had, of course, 2 12-round games, just max regulation, not quite an overtime. But I think overall we can be happy with it. Clubhouse can kind of be discarded. That was a very slow start for both these teams. Still a few exciting moments on Club, but overall the matchup just getting better as we went along. Just I think some of these players warming up into it as well. Just really getting some comfort. Just going for some crazy plays. And that's gonna do it from me. I might be back tomorrow, probably with retro. And so, Selberg, I'll give you the stage to sign off for yourself.
Yeah, it was really fun. It's my first time casting, so
Yeah, I dragged you in here, kicking and screaming.
it might be the last time, but you never know. I might be back for another cast with Reap. But thank you guys for watching this matchup.
Yeah,
And,
next time I expect more trash talk. Selberg just needs to get a bit of practice on trash talking on the cast.
True. Yeah, but thank you for watching, and see you guys another time, I guess.
You know that life gets colder, colder when you're frozen over like I am. Well, I know you know that life gets colder, colder when I'm older, older than I am. And I know you know that I have lost composure, but I'll hold you closer while I can. I never told you that I'm slightly broken, that I might lose focus when I am. I know you know that life gets colder, colder when you're frozen over like I am.